Yo, welcome. It's just another episode with Live with Looney. It's kind of like my version of a town hall I'll be doing soon with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just to tap in with the fans, interact with y'all a little more, see what y'all want out of us, see what we can do better. But today, I ain't gonna even cap to you. It is not about none of that. It is not about none of that today. Today we strictly are going to talk about number one, RIP Young Scooter. That's the first thing I want to say. RIP to the legend Scooter. Um, we got a couple of scenarios I want to look into. For people who do not know, Young Scooter was involved with a police involved death that they labeled some sort of freak accident. They said that he ran and then he jumped the fence and some kind of how punctured his artery in his leg and fell and died. And for me, that didn't make sense. We'll get to that in a second. But welcome to everyone that is coming in. Y'all make sure to hit like on your entry. Make sure to hit share. Let people know I'm live. Let people know I'm outside. You understand? I know y'all used to seeing recordings. This is us in the flesh speaking to the people. A lot to talk about today. Hopefully y'all at work. We'll get y'all through the last couple of hours. And we're going to bring some people up. We want you to join if you disagree, right? I'm a professional. I want people to understand that when they join. I welcome people that have degrees. I welcome other scholars. I welcome anyone that thinks they're smarter than me. I truly just want to have a conversation and sharpen my skills as we talk about some of these topics that are in the media and the stories for today. The first thing I want to get to is that, man, if y'all don't know, I got a clip right now that's going viral. And I'm here to double down on that clip. I'm here to double down. Listen, here's the clip. Let's listen to what I said. All right, let's look at Plaque Max. He's leaving the stream with what? A song, a cosign, culture, equity. What are you leaving the stream with? Nothing. Not even clips that are going to withstand the next week or so. It's a bunch of funny shit. I've watched the record labels try to maneuver and move rap niggas away from podcasts because information was coming out of podcasts. Niggas was sitting down and figuring out deals. Kanye West will sit down and change the game. Go to Breakfast Club. Jay-Z had 2 or 3 interviews and literally changed the trajectory of young men's thinking. The rappers nowadays sitting with streamers and putting their hand in a bag, trying to see, what do you think that is? I think that's a rat. It might be a rat in there. You niggas playing, man. You niggas playing, P. You niggas playing. You niggas ain't building no real. You see what I'm saying? You niggas on the same road Jay-Z was on. Homie, say, homie, this the same road Master P was on. James Lindsay was on. QCP was on. Coach K was on. Diddy was on. 50 was on. Billionaires come up off this road, nigga. Y'all gonna sit around playing video games and bullshitting around? It's a time for that, and it's a culture for that, and I salute that because I play video games. And those of you that's in my Discord know this. But I'm telling you, man, when you are on the court, you in a game of this magnitude, you got to do everything in your ability to continue to put points on the board and also plan for the next game. See, a lot of y'all niggas really is so confused. You got to plan for the next quarter, brother. Like you had a good first quarter. Like you had a good first quarter of your career. You know, nigga be doing this 20 years, 25 years. Like you had a great first quarter. You got to plan on the set. What are you doing in your second quarter of your career? Still rapping? Still going to get with them same producer nigga and still rapping about the same? Listen, bro, you got to map this shit out. And you can't run around chasing children as, you know. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think when you think about just what I do, man, with this mic, son, it's just a different level. But let me double down on this. I see the comments are going crazy. I will read some of the comments. I don't think that's necessary. A lot of people understand that I'm one of the highest level thinkers that you're gonna have behind the microphone, excluding nobody, right? That's number one. So a lot of people are under there saying, wow, my man, this is the highest level of game. Those of you that listen to me know how I do this. I cut through the bullshit. This is just who I am as an individual. I don't got no mask on. It's a reason why I've been on for so long and ain't now nigga made a video about me from my city. It's a reason for that. Every one of these content niggas, when they get rolling and they talking how I'm talking, a few weeks in, guess what happened? Somebody pop out the woodwork. Ask yourself why ain't nobody. Man, come on, man. I'm the truth. So a lot of people digest what I deliver. And when they take it, they say, okay, damn, that made sense. What I wish I would have done in that clip, because I think that we also got to remember, I don't take notes, homie. Just take that in mind, brother. I don't even take notes. Some just pop in my head, and here I go, boom, brrr, and I'm just going. And God has blessed me to be able to be a fisherman, a leader of men. So I'm able to put ideas. I'm able to speak on my ideas. But there are some people in the comments that are pushing back a little bit. But before I get to that, I want to say this, because I am big homie. I'm big homie in the space, right? At some point, I had to wake up along my journey and say, Loon, you ain't waiting on nobody. You the person people waiting on, homie. See, you got to click it in your mind, man. At first, man, damn, man, I'm waiting on somebody to open one of these doors. Now, you the nigga they waiting to open the door. Your mindset got to change from player to coach. And so when I make clips like this here, it's really me talking to the coaches. But I know when I talk to the coaches, Loon gonna offend a couple players, because the players don't understand the playbook. They just understand the position. So a nigga's a point guard. All he know how to do is be a point guard. He don't know how to point guard play into the grand scheme of this thing. You dig what I'm saying? So I had to turn from player into coach. What I wish I would have also added in this clip is, in addition to me saying, yo, they can't chase kids around basically trying to just cash in on their clout, because that doesn't work. What they should be able to do, and part of this is our fault, hip hop culture. Part of this is us dropping the ball consistently. Those rap niggas should pull up on them young boys with information, with some game, not just, can I smoke? Can we get to smoking? You niggas ain't learned nothing. And so this when you look like a Vic. So a nigga said, oh, he got a bunch of money, but he don't know nothing. Let me get around him and tell him everything costs money. Hey, man, they charge for that. I can get it done, but it's a cost for that. You're not a problem solver, so you don't even look into the details. I'm always asking why and how. If you don't got any other words in your vocabulary, how and why has to always be there, because those are seeking questions, seeking information, right? Those who are offended by how and why are running scams and schemes. You can ask me how and why at any moment. I'm gonna put it down. I was telling one of the young boys, part of the reason why I got on so quick is when niggas saw me, I had a whole thing. Yeah, nah, I wasn't nigga. What? Yeah, so what I'm doing is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was tying it in, and niggas was saying, oh, damn, bro, that's right. So I'm telling niggas, be prepared. Anytime you get an opportunity, be prepared. Have something to say. And don't worry about the haters, the little boys. You know, they gonna pop out the woodwork talking. You gotta just let niggas that talk. Niggas that teach, let them teach. But the niggas that's talking and hating on players, let them niggas broke ass nigga. Get your broke ass out of here. So, nigga, we don't block you niggas or nothing. We let you niggas witness and bear witness. But what I wish I also would have said is, because there's a lot of more layers to this, right? One of the layers is I speak to in part 2, which is gonna drop. I see part 1 is doing well with the Big U thing, because this is in the Big U thing. Shout out to my Patreon people. Y'all already probably seen part 2. But I speak to how these streamers are in a very unique place. We should be leading them with such a big audience, teaching them how to convert those people into customers. But what I will say is, and I'm still building this out, and I'm definitely in a position where we can have a debate about it or have a conversation about it, anyone that has any information about it. But I tend to think that there's no purchasing power with these streaming kids. And so I'm trying to figure out what a value lies for some of the rappers when they do go in there with the kids. I mean, I understand that the label is somewhere telling them, yo, do this. This is important, because you become a slave to these individuals. Like they come and tell you what's important to do. Hey, yo, getting on Cassinet stream is important. Yo, getting with DDG is important. This is coming from labels and people that work with labels. But the reason I say they don't have any purchasing power is because these are children. And so what I think the reply to that would be is, well, they do have purchasing power because they're subscribing on Twitch. My rebuttal to that would be, okay, when you drill down the business and you understand how they're subscribing on Twitch. Now, granted, there is money involved in that, but how are they subscribing on Twitch? A large portion of that is because Twitch is owned by Amazon, and you have this free sign up if you're an Amazon Prime member. This is where they're getting them. So somewhere along the lines, Twitch is categorized in a parent's mind under gaming, right? And so when a kid goes to their mother and says, hey, can you subscribe to this Twitch thing? It's free. You already got the Amazon Prime. It's just free. You just got to hit the button. Boom. That sends money to Cassinet, but it doesn't necessarily cost money. It's all in this bundle that your mom is already doing. And so the purchasing power that the rap fan has, I think, is light years away from what these Twitch streamers have. I think they have 70, 80, 90,000 people in there. Also, I'm not sure how interested they are in rap or in rappers, because why don't we see the numbers move in real time, right? If Cassinet is on stream with someone that has 300,000 people in there and they say, go play this music, listen to this, download this, help me understand how do we not see the numbers rise in real time? I think that's something else that I can't understand. What I think is happening is labels are keeping, like I said here, labels are keeping rappers away from podcasts due to the information that was coming out of interviews. There's no way you're going to get any information out of sitting with a streamer. And I say that respectfully. Again, I want to take that back, because now the pool is getting large. It's almost like podcasting was, where damn near everybody is a streamer. A lot of the people that would have been a podcast 3 years ago, they're a streamer right now. They kind of just on the wave. They'll fall off at some point, whether it works or not, because of the work that goes into it. A lot of those people, this is their secondary gig. Some of them have passion to speak to the people, but others, they're just kind of putting their foot in the water to see what's going on. But I don't know, man. The Twitch, the streaming kids, I just don't know. It's not translating. It's not translating, if you ask me. And I get into it, on part 2 a little deeper, but what are some of the other comments I've seen that I can probably relate to or respond to? One of the people said, one of the people did say this. They said, well, Loon, you don't go to the stream. You go to the stream for exposure, not for information. my rebuttal to that would always be exposure is an industry word for wasting time or doing a favor for someone that your industry rep has a relationship with. Like, there's nothing free in this business. There's nothing without cost. There's no what they call free lunch in this business. You see what I'm saying? And that's why things are so calculated. I want to ask y'all a question. Who's the last rapper when you see him, you feel like, oh shit, let's listen to them? Who's the next Jay-Z? Right? When you seen Jay-Z do an interview, you knew that he had some information, because what was he doing? He was running around doing business. He wasn't running around putting his hand in a box that he can't see. What you think that is? Oh man, y'all might got you got a chicken in there. That's what they got, the niggas with all the money. They got the young black men with all the money running around doing bullshit, homie. When Jay-Z and them was coming through, them niggas was taking this shit serious. This is $1 billion opportunity. A lot of those dudes, taxes fucked up. They ain't paid taxes. They got video people they owe. They giving verses to DDG and Blackboy Max. It's niggas in their neighborhood that done put their life on the line they ain't gave no verse to. It's niggas in their entourage been begging for them to clear a verse. Nigga die for him. But because the label told him that, it's easy to do. I want to talk about this real quick, and then we're going to bring people up, man. Only people that disagree with what we have going on, man, because, you know, sometimes I think people underestimate my ability and my degrees. I think some people think that I'm some kind of, right? Boy, I'm the boy. I want it, and I want to show y'all. So I want people, you tag the smartest person you know. They can be a YouTuber. Tag anybody. I'm talking about, I'm taking anybody that y'all think has the wherewithal to discuss any topic. I want to do that today, right? And I want to thank everybody that's tuned in. What I also want to speak to, man, is this young Scooter situation. Very unfortunate. You know, again, RIP the young Scooter. For people who do not know, Scooter was involved again with a police-involved altercation that led to his death. It was a weird 911 call, man. I think here's some of it. Let's listen to this.
The location of your emergency.
The location is
27 with the transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye.
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you to Cap. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you could say both. There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And
What's your
then,
name?
I'm sorry. What is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm a neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's like the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl.
Yo, this is already crazy. Number one, if I'm not mistaken, they had to transfer her in, so that would mean she's not making the call from inside of Fulton County. That's crazy. Number one. Number two, she's throwing everything at the wall. I think them niggas drug dealing and they pimping. Say, baby, this shit oil and water don't mix, baby. Yeah, who told you the pimping was over there with the drug dealing? Huh? Who told you the pimping was over there with the pimping ain't nowhere close to the drug dealing, baby. This is a non-contact sport. Them drug dealing niggas may have to grab a nigga. Them drug dealing dudes may have to put their hands on somebody. Man, them pimping niggas ain't nowhere near them drug dealers. She throwing everything against the wall. Say they drug dealers, they pimping. Man, it's a gun waved in the air. The pimps ain't coming out with no gun in the air. Say, baby, let me assure you of one thing about the peas, man. Say, man, the peas ain't coming outside with no guns in the air, baby. Say, if the woman want to leave, she can leave butt naked, man. You dig.
Girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the
How many shots
area.
were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
Oh man, yo, fam.
So I believe the girl is hurt,
And
and
you're
that's why
coming from
they-
273 William Nye Drive?
This shit
That's not yes.
crazy.
And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
She hollered she was bleeding profusely, man. I know you a cowboy.
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out, and he's refusing to let her
You
out.
know what though? And you know, of course, this isn't a funny situation. It's just very unfortunate. And me, I'm one of them dudes that when I get real, like I laugh. You know what I'm saying? And it almost comes off as loony, if you ask some people. But sometimes I laugh when I'm really serious. It's just a trait that I have. But this dude, man, unfortunately, Scooter lost his life due to this phone call. I think whoever this person is, man, like, let's think about this. Like, what'll make you do this? It's clear that this is a lie. If you ask me, number one, because there'll be several phone calls about shots being fired. That was the first thing I in my mind. I'm saying, yo, it'll be several calls coming in at the same time. Yo, shots fired right here, girl naked. Because when you fire shots in the neighborhood, people gonna look out the window, and if they see a woman naked, a couple of these people gonna call the police. For you to be the only call, and for you to, if I heard it correctly, have to be transferred into the county you need to speak to, that would mean you will be outside of the county in which you're reporting on. So there's things that's making me say, yo, hold on, this doesn't add up. Something isn't making sense to me. And that's before we even get through the entire phone call. This entire situation is fishy. Almost like I don't even want to speculate on that because the homie lost his life. And you know, we honor real niggas, and he was a real one. You know, he was a real one. But I just don't understand how a call can come in like this and have the police come somewhere and the homeboy end up losing his life. They get there, was no girl there, was no bullets, was nobody said any shots were fired. No other witnesses of any shots being fired. Like, somebody has to help me understand exactly what this is, because I'm not a tinfoil hat guy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this is a weird one. Listen to the phone call, bro. It's creepy though, bro. Listen to the phone call and listen to how creepy this is. This is some creepy shit, Holmes. Listen to this lady. She just throwing everything at the wall. Man, I think they shooting. They got her. She naked. They drug in. They holding her hostage. What? It was shootings. My nigga. They stay selling drugs at the house. They pimping at the house. What? So what she's asking for, in layman's terms, this is what she asking for. Send police there and send them there to search. And right, she asking for a certain level of encounter with the police. You know, you can call and give a soft call. Like, hey, man, Just heard a noise at that apartment. I don't think anything's going on. They play the game sometimes, so I hear them scream, but I think I heard something. Can you do like a little wellness check? Not, man, they drug dealing, they pimping, man. They been selling drugs the whole time in that house. It's like, whoa. Listen to how creepy this is.
And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Okay. Give me one moment.
Y'all think this is swatting? So y'all think this the shit Fousey Tube and Aiden Ross and them be going through? Wow. Now with it end in death and it's in the ghetto, it's different. Like you SWAT the rich neighborhoods. You get niggas killed in the ghetto. That's what y'all gotta understand. This ain't no motherfucking swatting. Swatting ain't in the ghetto. You SWAT in the motherfucking rich area. You sitting the police in the ghetto with that type shit, they not playing, you dig? It bound to go wrong is what I'm saying, man. They don't have the same level of generosity. Their approach is totally different coming in the ghetto with them kind of allegations. But damn, the idea that people can be trolling and make this swatting is crazy. To me, this is next level creepy because she's trying to like, if you ask me, she's trying to stir up the police to address the homeboy scooter in the neighborhood, in a black neighborhood. She's asking for the police to come on high alert. This is some.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Hold on, man. Hold the fuck on, man. Hell no, man. Y'all nigga got me fucked up, man. Hold on, man. Man, hold on, man. Hold on. She just now added something else. They can't tell this is cap. She done melted this bullshit down and pouring it on at this point. The lady done added, hold on, man. Hell no, man. Hell no, Slime. Hold on.
Okay. Give me one moment. Okay. Do you see her here? Anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like they brought her, the guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Why not a question? Why not a rebuttal from the police department? Okay, thank you so much. How do you know how many guys are in the house? Thank you for that information. How do you know how many guys are actually in the house? And they pimping and pandering. Okay, thank you. How do you know they pimping? And how do you know they pandering? Like, I need to know a little, it need to be some follow-up question. She just get to pull this bullshit on and the police gonna react to it. How I know y'all police ain't made her do this? So y'all can check a motherfucking house. You see what I'm saying? How I know y'all ain't reverse engineered the process so y'all can check a motherfucker house? Because why ain't no follow-up question? Hold on, baby. You say they pimping, pandering? Say they selling dope and it's a kid? She jump out the car naked? And ain't nobody else saw none. And you had to be transferred in from another county. Is this what we doing? And then the police get to go over here on high alert and knock on the door and just say, we come to search. Man, we ain't going for no searches, man. We ain't called no police. Man, when our rights kick in, man, they get to just call and do this here. And a nigga end up dead. Yo, bro.
Okay. Give me one moment.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Come on, Slime. This motherfucker here crazy, bro. Bro, they need.
Okay, you said the female is naked.
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you?
And ain't nobody called for no ambulance. It's one call, and this level of shit going on. I'm talking about this is 5 stars on GTA level shit she talking about. Say they pimping, pandering, they bleeding, somebody naked, there's a kid involved, stolen cars, nigga shooting in the air. Man, this is a level 5 GTA, right? And ain't nobody else called this in, man. Even though you don't ask her that, I'm saying for real though, no follow-up questions to her, Slime. No follow-up questions. How you know 7 people? You said one person ran out or 1 or 2 people ran out. How you know 7 people in the house? These is like little simple shit that I ain't even took to. It just it sticks out like a sore thumb. There's 7 people in the house and they just shot in the air. Come on, bro.
You give me a description of the male.
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low
Is he
haircut.
black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Yo, did y'all peep that part? She was basically about to say what he drive. Say, baby, how you know what a nigga drive? This got to be a setup. Did y'all hear that part though? W in the chat if y'all heard that part. She said what the man drive. Dark-skinned dude, low haircut, and he drive, and she caught herself. Tell me y'all heard that. Tell me y'all heard that. I'm gonna run it back 10 seconds.
He's black and he drives.
There you go, right there. Do he have
complexion, low head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay, give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey, Gertie, it's Atlanta with a transfer. The caller is advising 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There's a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting. Shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired.
Second. Repeat the address for me.
273 William Nye NYE Drive, Southeast.
Oh, okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Go ahead, call her and let her know what happened.
Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Man, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
Yo, this is crazy, bro. Like literally, and we trying to, I'm trying to make it soft because I know y'all are trying to get through work. We're gonna have a real conversation on Patreon unless y'all want to have it now. But we finna get to Wack 100 and all of that because I see people on Patreon saying, "Loon, can't wait to hear that part." So we gonna get to that in just a second. But let me say this. R.I.P. to young Scooter. This young lady seems to be involved in a way that is not the traditional anonymous phone call. Let's just be honest. The traditional anonymous phone call not only comes in this way, but there will be several other indicators that something of this magnitude took place at this address. I think when we look at it, and this is literally the only call because the entire internet is searching. I mean, this is young Scooter. He's a legend in the South. And so everybody is all hands on deck, all resources that the South got, really the hip hop got. All resources that hip hop got is searching for everything involved with this death of young Scooter, because everyone is saying, well, hold on, something don't sound right. Say he jump a fence and he die. You gonna tell us that the nigga that he jump a fence and he died? We've been jumping fences our whole life in the neighborhood. And Home was one of them from the town. He really come from the inner city. Man, we've been jumping fences our entire life. Now we may get old and miss a step. You know, I don't really like my chances jumping 2 or 3 fences right now. I don't really like, I'm gonna keep it gangster. I like my chances with an old rear naked choke though, but I don't like my chances jumping 2 or 3 fences. But what I will say is this: we've been jumping fences way too long for me to think that not only did he die from a fence jump, but if you guys are chasing him, how don't you save him? If you're chasing him and you seeing him and he's running and you chasing him and he falls somewhere, do you guys not render aid? I think it's the question. Here's something I want you guys to take a look at. They said the girl who has been accused of calling the 911, I'm sorry, the girl who has been accused of calling 911 for the young Scooter situation is speaking out. She claims her boyfriend was beating on her and she had no idea Scooter was in that house. Here is the audio. Pay attention.
Connected to the person that I'm not going to say the name. And I was there, and the person was continuously beating me, as he's already done this before. And me being a female, I was afraid for my life. So I did what I thought was the best thing to do. I had no intentions that man was there. I never set anybody up. I never had any intentions that man was there. I never knew that man was there. I had no idea of that man's whereabouts. I'm speaking today to clear my name that I had no intentions to set anybody up. I never set anybody up. I was threatened by an individual. I'm not looking for any type of clout. I just want to put the truth out. The situation is that I was being beaten by an individual that was connected to the person that I'm not going. There's a reaction for every action. This is part A. You guys didn't have part A. You guys only had part B. And the narrative, it looks like I was trying to set this man up because you guys don't have part B. I'm giving you part B. I'm giving you what led up to the call. I was physically abused, so I called to protect myself. That's the issue. That's part A. I never had any intentions to get anybody hurt. I was the one that was getting hurt. And I came here to say my truth. That's it. That's all. I don't want no clout. I don't want anything. All these troll pages. Y'all don't know me. None of y'all know me at all. At the end of the day, I'm a woman. And I was physically abused multiple times. There's a reaction for every action.
Wow. I don't even want to comment yet. You know, my voice is powerful, and they clip it and they do certain things, misrepresent certain things. But what I will say is R.I.P. to Scooter. Very unfortunate. Someone would, because you weren't being beaten at that location at that time because you wasn't in there. Pay attention.
Ain't gonna lie, it just hit me. I just recognized who voice that is calling the motherfucking police on young Scooter. It's this whole Demi. Her name on Instagram is @Demi Blanco. Y'all go, hey man, this the bitch, man. Her name Demi. She the one pretending to be the neighborhood watch. This hoe ain't no neighborhood watch. This neighborhood ain't even got no fucking neighborhood watch. Man, y'all, man, find this reporter. Ain't gonna lie, it just hit me. I just
For those of you listening and not looking, at the screen, excuse me, at the screen, y'all got to hit the cough button. That's why I got it though. Says she wasn't in the same. That's what I said. She wasn't in the same county. If y'all listen to the call, they had to transfer her over. I think she was fucking with one of the niggas in the crib. Facts, my boy got killed on his B-Day. Somebody got to tap their chin.
Let me tell you something. This is the bad bitch. You doing too much talking. And you not saying nothing. Let me let her just interrupt
So they saying that's her. Evidently, she wanted in parts of that. Bro, this is about to get messy. It's about to get messy. Pray for Scooter's family. A very unfortunate situation for him to die on his birthday like that. Where is the... Y'all give me a second so we can find the WAC 100 stuff. Yeah, she is the caller. She is the caller.
Hey, Rick and Thad.
I want to thank everybody too, man. They've been rocking with me from day one, man. You know, you're not tuned in to some news you can use. 106.7 is up there podcast. You know, we about to react to the Adam and Wack Show. It's good. So what's y'all thoughts on the young Scooter situation?
The Prophet came after the initial release. That shit been out since like 03.
Which the sex with the name calling make
We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And I think a lot of y'all really want to hear what my thoughts is on this. You know. Turn us up, man. There you go. All right, let's talk about this, y'all. So, if you have not watched the video we just dropped, it's doing super good. People loving it. Well, we talk about the Big U WAC 100, no jumper, Rollin 60, Bricc Baby, loose cannon, that whole situation where, you know, if you ask me, I see a scenario where WAC has utilized social audio and podcast against the enemy, and he won by conversation, not confrontation. But it started with Clubhouse. Like I spoke about in the video, I think at first everyone was wondering, like, what the fuck is WAC doing on Clubhouse? Like going at it with dudes he got a relationship with, that he's been in photos and pictures with, right? He's somewhat cool with 21 Savage, and they get into this big back and forth. You've been cordial with a 42 Doug and said things on, right? He was doing certain things that you were like, what is he doing? He's damaging his credibility with the very people we do business with, because at the time he was a manager. And so as a manager, this was a very unorthodox approach to getting your point across. And they never had the traditional approach, but ruining relationships was not on my bingo card for WAC 100 prior to COVID. But Clubhouse, I believed he fell in love with content and he wanted to be a content creator. So what I believe he done was tore down the manager side of it to build up on the content side, to shoot Big U down, or at least to be more powerful than Big U in this space. maybe, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt whether they thought it'll lead to what it led to. You know, you really can't judge intent, but I think that a thinking person can say that all of these things contributed to the ongoing RICO that we see Big U involved in. And just a lot of the talk and the culture. These niggas talk too much. Let me explain something to you. There's things that I've never, ever, ever spoke about on the mic because it tied back to places. You've never seen nobody with me because my people tie back to people, places, and things. Think about this. Every time somebody, if you listen to me all the time, you know, people be like, yo, I ran in the loom. I don't have no 6, 7, 8 dudes with me because all of these dudes represent what? Okay, then. And so they tie me to things and I tie them to things. And so it's always interesting. But when you think about the Big U indictment and when him and Wack 100 fell out, if you read the 107-page paperwork, they started the investigation around the time that they fell out. Around the time that Wack 100 fell out with Big U, it's right around the time that the investigation started. These dudes been talking too much on these mics, bro. Lying. I'm talking about they putting shit on dudes that they flying real close to the sun. So now Big U is picked up. He's indicted in real life. Loose Cannon is in jail in real life. Bricc Baby is in jail in real life. 2 or 3 dudes that used to be on this platform are in jail in real life. Not in metaverse. Not on GTA. Niggas is in jail, my nigga. And these boys is playing. They think it's funny. Oh, the Crip RICO, they playing, but I can't get mad for niggas. That been my problem all my life, man. I get mad for niggas, man. You treat them niggas like that. Try me, nigga. Like I always been a dummy like that. Until I got smart enough and got educated and said, oh, you see how I caught myself? I got them same tendencies, but my education is starting to override my emotion. And the more you take in, that's how you think. But bro, ain't no way I could be sitting back as Bricc Baby in jail and hearing them making content like it's some kind of joke. These nigga playing. But let's listen to Wack 100 and Adam 22 on their latest episode of their show on No Jumper following the RICO. Pay attention. And we don't know what's being said or where they are. We're just reacting with live. Hopefully you guys enjoy this.
Seen the picture of you laying face down on the bed, thinks that you probably need a colonoscopy.
Oh,
just I'm speaking for the fans.
All men need that, bro.
Right. I just think based on that photo, it just kind of made me feel like this is a man who needs to be probed. There could be something wrong in here.
What are you talking about?
Okay, we can move on. Maybe you're not ready for this conversation.
No, I don't do gay convo, bro.
You do.
Crazy.
Uh-huh.
When it come to me, you. Why does he think that?
He says that you seem angry, irrational, that he just feels like you're kind of on the verge of doing something crazy. And he didn't say it, but it feels like the suggestion is that maybe this is because of the stress that the Big U RICO is putting on you, since you might feel like, since you were so wrapped up in so much of his dealings, that maybe you're next on the feds platter.
What do you mean dealings?
You know, like I'm watching Rich Homie Quan, and he's talking about how when rest in peace, that when he had to come to LA and check in, that it was like you and Big U sort of 2 men in the situation.
We was having a conversation
about checking in.
No, I was already up there having a conversation. Again, he pulled up. See, y'all got it. This was crazy. When it come to me.
But see, here's the thing, right? I want y'all to be clear. They running the same play on Wack that they ran on Big U. And what's funny is Wack is peeping it in real time. Like, oh, you bitches trying to form on me. You bitches ain't got nothing else to talk about now. You bitches finna turn on me. Y'all bitches finna make me content now. Y'all finna pull out all the stops on me, huh? And we also gonna get into why I believe Academic's ego is hurt. How Wack talked to him the other day. So Academic's gonna press the line. You gonna notice Wack gonna keep pressing the. I'm sorry, Adam gonna keep pressing the line, and Act gonna keep pressing the line. Like, you're next, ain't you? What about the indictment? What about the stuff you do? Isn't that extortion? Well, it kind of feels like what you do is extortion. Well, what about that time you was? Yeah, that's how they were doing Big U up there. But it was Big U with the Green Company, and they say he get this amount of money, but he's still a crip. Did you hear about Big U? They were just telling random motherfuckers, who is Big U? Did you hear about Big U with the grid program? They were just telling random motherfuckers didn't even know Big U. Did you hear about Eugene Henley? Yeah, man, I want to tell everybody I know about the grid program and how they were just running around putting it down. But now they turning on Wack. Because number one, they probably saying, yo, this led to some real shit, bro. This led to some real shit. So we gotta kind of take some of the power back from you that we gave you. Because you kind of used us. Academics is complicit. Adam is complicit because they let that loose cannon nigga come up there with all kind of tomfoolery. Yeah, they let that nigga come up there with all kind of tomfoolery. He was saying shit that didn't make no sense. I'm sitting back at the house looking at some of that like, they don't know he a couple cans short of a 12 pack, huh? Yeah, they don't know. You dig? They don't know. But I'm paying attention saying, man, he ain't wrapped too tight. He might do something if you see him, but that don't mean nothing. But he ain't wrapped too tight. He making rookie mistakes. His lies ain't even, they little boy lies. But watch how Wack is peeping there. Oh, you bitches trying to, like dude in Training Day, like Denzel. You know, when Denzel noticed, this is Wack 100 Denzel moment in Training Day when Denzel noticed, these bitches is on me now.
You motherfuckers seem to catch amnesia when somebody's telling the story. He said he landed at LAX. Whoever picked him up, whoever he was with, told him we need to go to Crenshaw High. He said, oh, okay, that's the blue side. So I don't know Rich Homie Quiet. I don't know. I just know him from, really knew his mama.
You were at the football game talking business with Big U.
No, we were in the parking lot having a conversation. He pulled up
to check in.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, that ain't my neighborhood.
My bad, y'all.
So he ain't pulling up for me. It wasn't like we were scheduled to meet Rich Homie Quan that day.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So he pulled up, and I seen him.
Bad, y'all. And
I never forget it. I'm going to tell you why I remember it. Because at the time, I used to confuse him and Young Thug.
Okay.
Right?
Typical unk mistake of that era.
So when he pulled up, they all got out the car. Everybody dapped each other up. You know, I'm kind of like letting them do their thing because whatever he come to do, I don't know what he came to do. And he didn't lie. He wanted him to go out there, I guess, with the kids. On the football field. You know what I'm saying? The kids in the ghetto, they don't see a lot of that shit. And that was all that was. But I don't him saying that I think he added to the conversation saying you flew in here and you staying here and staying there because those elements don't fit what he was there to do. That's kind of like
this is what I don't understand, and maybe y'all can help me because I got the realest audience. I got the highest level thinkers, so maybe y'all can help me. If not in the chat now, at least on the playback on Patreon, something like help me, one of y'all. This is what I want to know. Why isn't anyone asking Adam, hey, yo, like if I'm Wack 100, all right, my question to Adam in this moment, if you believed I was next on the feds list, why would you bring that up on this show? Like, why would you sit right here and on our show bring up the fact that you believe I'm about to be next to be took from my family. If you think I did have something to do with this rich homie Quan extortion play, why would you even put me at the scene when Big U is in the middle of an indictment for making niggas check in and extortion? And they can use rich homie Quan, who can't defend himself because he's dead, RIP. They can use the fact that he's on record saying that Wack and Big U were together making somebody check in. Why would my so-called friend bring that to the light? Why isn't this a question? Why isn't anyone asking Adam this? Like, why are we speaking? I mean, pull me to the side and ask me this. Hey, man, let me ask you something. Hey, on some real shit, you know they got a Big U. I've been wondering, man. You know, you kind of make niggas check in yourself, don't you? Like, if that's your guy, if this is your guy, you will never hear me say certain shit about people I have relationships with in this industry who are people who have helped me, homie. I would never bring somebody I got love for on camera and say, hey, man, look like you next to the RICO, ain't it? Because remember, you had niggas checking in. You was with Big U back then.
You kind of like issuing a threat.
But this is the same mistake Big U made, answering and talking about it. So they got Wack in what? In the same trick bag. Pay attention.
You know what I'm saying? When you telling somebody you staying here and your driver this person and this just that, it's kind of like you kind of like issuing like a silent like threat. But I think he added that to it, and that's a conversation we need to have today. That a lot of these podcasts and when people get caught up in conversation, some of it be tainted with some real shit, and then a lot of it be tainted with some bullshit.
You're saying people make up stories, inflate stories to make them crazier?
You land, right?
Yeah.
Whoever he's with already done had conversations with Big U. Bro, we come in, we're going to pull up on you, right? So me knowing him, he like, what time y'all get in? Hey, bro, we coming that way. What time y'all get in? Cool, pull up on me. I'll be at practice with the kids.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing it play out. Cool for the kids. Nephew could come over here and you know, come out there for the kids, right? This had to been 2015-ish era.
Yeah.
Something like that. So if he actually came in, right, and went straight to Crenshaw High, jump out, Big U like, oh shit, y'all really here. What's up, nephew? Whatever. I bagged up. What's up, homie? What's up? Now he knew who I was. At that time, I remember I confused him with Young Thug. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Right? So he said, yeah, man, you cool with going out here, you know, with the kids. You know, they out there, you know, they gonna go crazy. They fans. He like, yeah, sure, cool. So he went out there and walked with the kids and they did their shit. So why in that situation would a person go having a conversation about motherfucker know who you staying at, who your driver is?
I think it's at least in part because
it don't even make sense.
Much like Big U, you've kind of gone into detail about a variety of situations that a lot of people are conflating with extortion at this point.
What do you mean by that? What you mean?
It's been supposed.
Hold on. Before we get to this part, because this is kind of the part I was talking about, but let me set the scene. We all in media. This is why I try to tell my rap friends, like, yo, I'm in media. I'm a media guy. I make a lot of money from media. I got loyal fans, supporters that really love me. They really appreciate what I do behind this microphone. So I'm in media. I'm really supposed to be on their side. You know how much easier it would have been for me if I would have came in acting like academics ain't done nothing wrong. I'm really the big homie. And everybody love me. Even the people next to Joe and Ack and all them niggas, they love me. They just got to be quiet because me and them niggas ain't really settled whatever they feel, right? So I'm telling you, it would have been easier for me just to be quiet, but I stand on principle. I got to say, hold on, man, this nigga been, because remember, I got put in the game by QCP and Coach K. I'm going to give y'all a little lesson and we're going to get back to this. I got put in the game by QCP and Coach K. So, and Lil Baby. So them three really put me in the game. When they called me, they got me a scenario where they say, yo, we're going to do the rollout interview with you. I do the rollout interview. I come right out and I say to myself, oh, this game ain't nothing like I thought it was. is way different. Right? The shit that I was hearing niggas say at the time, Academics was wrong about Takeoff. He was putting Takeoff murder on people. And we had families crying, trying to figure out who murdered who and what was going on. So I'm running around saying, yo, I don't like them niggas be starting these files, man. They don't be knowing what they talking about. They need a little more information. They need to really have dignity when they report these things. This was my thought process. And it scared a lot of them little niggas. Cause they thought I was really mad, like I'ma smack them when I see them. When I'm the big homie, I'm schooling these little boys. I'm schooling these boys. They don't know how many degrees I got. They don't know how I really feel. They don't know where I really come from. I don't even talk about it. I'm just putting game down. Think about it. Every time you hear me talk, I'm trying to talk and help some shit. I barely talk about, yo, I grew up right here. I came from this school. I remember I was 8 years old. I don't even get into all that. We'll get into that later. Right now, we got a bill. So I'm just locked in on that. Let's get back to Adam. So there's a conglomerate in media. All of them niggas almost are acting like police that hide behind the badge. Like we all hide behind content, right? It's content. We all hide behind the fact that it's content. So Adam, if you ask me, in this clip right here for his own homeboy, who is Wack 100, is responding to how he treated Academics. Just a few days ago, Wack 100 got on the stream with Academics, and called them all kind of weirdos and stupid for, nigga, you stupid. You don't know nothing about shit, dumb motherfucker. This how he talking to Academics. Academics eating it. But then Clippers started making clips about it, so the narrative started getting out. Now watch Adam with that in mind, knowing that just a few days ago, him and Academics had a conversation that Wack wouldn't even let Act get into it. And I believe Adam is getting Academics revenge against his own friend right here. Pay attention.
And we don't have to get into the details of every single one of these situations, but it's been, you basically said in the past that Oscar De La Hoya was paying to not have his nude photos or zesty photos released.
Stop right there.
It's been said that that you were talking to Nipsey's family about the gay tapes of him not coming out. I don't know if there's money involved in that. It's been suggested that maybe Kim Kardashian at one point or Kanye, that they were doing stuff for you.
See, he tried to pull that same movie pulled on Act. Yo, stop right there. This what you don't know, bozo. Like he tried to do that to him. Hey, stop right there. Hey, yo, stop right there. Hey, bozo. What you ain't gonna do, you know, Adam is pushing back against that. And the reason Adam has the tool in his toolbox to do that is because why? He been sitting across from him each week for a long time. Pay attention.
You so that you didn't release more sex tapes of her.
Okay. Now, let's start with the first one.
And when Academics kind of tried to bring up some of this stuff on the podcast, you got very irate and you were really kind of screaming at it.
Because y'all dumb.
See, right there.
You're a dummy too. I gotta call you a dummy.
Okay, but
because I'm gonna show you.
But starting with the name calling makes you look more guilty.
No, I'm gonna show you why. Oscar De La Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the conversation, I clearly state this is what the attorneys worked out.
Mm-hmm.
See, the minute the attorneys are involved, right? This is not extortion. This is a business deal. Oscar then talked about it openly on Club Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the minute you get attorneys involved, see, if you have something, right? That's yours. It's yours. And you got the consent to have it.
Okay.
And you like, hey, bro, check this out. This is really pertaining to you. Hey, attorney such and such, contact his attorney, tell him if he wants to take possession of this shit, right, to where I don't use it, let me know, right? He calls his attorney. They negotiate what they negotiate. They draw up their paperwork, right? He never one time talks to Oscar De La Hoya, right? There's never conversation between the two.
So this is him trying to separate himself. I guess this is the part of the move, right? Because all of this shit is technique. All this talking and putting together narratives and talking points, the shit like boxing, the shit like technique. You understand me? So I guess this is what Academics thinks that Bricc Baby, Loose Cannon, and Big U can't do. Is when it's time to explain it, but separate you. It's like a thin line you got to walk. You see how he trying to walk a thin line where I validate that something happened, but it wasn't illegal, and it was like he you know, it does take some knowledge to be able to do that. It takes some game to be able to walk through that maze that you see him trying to figure out right there in real time. Because I imagine they never spoke about what they was gonna come on here and speak to. Pay attention.
The minute you get attorneys involved in these type of situations, that's not an extortion, right? So
Kanye, okay.
Wack, what up, bro? Man, I seen boom, boom, boom. Yeah, is that real? Yeah. Well, how could I? You said, okay, cool. I'm gonna put you with little bro. Y'all, you know. Yeah, send him to the airport. Bro, grabbed it, drive, went to the airport, gave it to him.
Okay.
What do you see? Where's the extortion?
Maybe some of that stuff is above board, but I think that a lot of people are assuming
it should be fixed. My bad. Should be fixed.
We're also hitting up the food vendors outside of Crenshaw High.
Stop right there. What type of stuff have I done? Everything I just laid out to you was either it was a business deal or it was a man keeping his word and just saying, here.
But you realize most people don't monetize their life in such a way. I'm not saying that there's anything inherently illegal about it, but most people don't obtain sex tapes and then profit off of not releasing them. Lawyers or otherwise.
No, the profit came after the initial release. That shit been out since like 03.
Which the sex tapes?
04, yeah.
Well, the original one, yeah. But you supposedly had more.
Yeah, but again, and then Kanye went on a show and delivered the drive. Has anything ever come out?
Not yet, but Kim K's an op now, right?
She ain't my op. She ain't ever did nothing.
No, she's Kanye's op, and you're Kanye's homie, right?
Well, that has nothing. That's his ex-wife, bro. That's the mother of his kids. But if you look at the bootleg Cab show, when he asked,
he seems very upset with her.
No, when you ask,
listen, they got Wack in the pool of this bullshit. Is a woman your op? Not only a woman is someone you claim to have a cool relationship with. That's a real question I'm gonna throw at you. Yo, Kim Kardashian, your op, huh? A nigga watching how Kanye crashing out on Playboy Cardi about his kids and his family and them people over there. I'm throwing Wack right in front of her. See, y'all don't got, you got to be able to see what's, that's why when I go out there, I'm gonna spank them niggas. When I go out there, no jumper, I want them to bring the whole staff. Everybody sit down. I'm gonna spank every one of you niggas. Whatever narratives you got, whatever talking points you got, nigga, you can't defend yourself with what I'm coming with. I'm the final boss with this shit. So when I come out there, all of them niggas need to be prepared, and I'm only coming because I see them trying to burn the house down. So I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna speak to all of you niggas one time. Cause remember, I went out there and I interviewed Adam 22, and I didn't do no jumper.
W's in the shot.
Yeah, I interviewed Adam and I went to my room and I left the West Coast. Right? But I'm gonna come out there, I'm gonna holler at them folks. I want everybody too. Whoever the smartest ones there, bring them all of them. Bring them all out. Bring them trying to defend this bullshit street shit they doing and talking. Bring them all out. I'm big homie. I ain't tripping on nothing. I'm on the way, right? But think about that. Adam 22 is watching the way that Kanye, and he don't even like to be called Kanye. He like to be called Ye, which is crazy. But Adam is watching how Kanye is crashing out about Kim and his kids. And he's attempting to throw Wack in the middle of it. Yo, Kim Kardashian is a op, ain't she? A op. Man, I'm a real general. A op? See, they using this shit loosely. It's real loose out there, boy. That's why I'm gonna push up. It's real loose out there. Y'all using op out here? Y'all niggas using op out here? Nike Tech on, like Adam done transformed since I was out there. I'm coming back out there, Slime, on everything.
Asked me about it. He said, bro, what y'all can make. So I said, we would never do that, bro. Like, and at this time, I wasn't even, I knew Ye. We talked all the time, right? It wasn't no like, that's my partner at this time, right? I said, just sitting over in the safe. Like, we ain't got no, he got kids by her. Like, on some real shit, we just give it to him. You wouldn't, absolutely not. Well, he asked me that on the show. Okay. So Ye called my phone. That nigga called me. Right? Hey, boom, boom, boom. I said, yeah. He said, I seen it. That's real. I said, yeah. I said, how could I get interaction with him? Because Box was Shaq's right-hand man.
Do you think Shaq left LA because of the gang politics, aka Big U fucking with him?
No. Shaq was already gone. Time Big U come on, Shaq was already on fucking Star Island. Okay. Yeah, he was already on Star Island. He was already back in Florida. He had the big crib in Orlando. And Shaq ain't never been ran out of nut, man. Like, everybody loves Shaq. Like, Shaq is just, that's family with everybody.
But that part of the indictment where they're basically talking about how a bunch of NBA players got scammed by another player.
Stop.
And then he makes them like hand over $100,000 each to him and shit.
Because I was doing a lot of business with Shaq at the time. He was one of the first people to
punch him in the head a couple times.
Right? I want to get to where they talk about Big U.
Hey, how do I know this? Nipsey dissed him.
Right.
What did he do?
Okay, so what you're watching now is Wack is kind of on a clean up campaign now. It's almost like he's saying, yo, damn, I ain't know this shit would have got this serious. It's gone now, though. Ain't no apologies for this shit. Right? But that's his position at this point. Like, oh, this done got serious. Like, this shit done got a little, you dig what I'm saying? And so there's a scenario where I see Wack kind of backpedaling a little bit. In this conversation, he's kind of recanting all of the shit, or no, he's revisiting why he did the shit with Big U about the unsolved murder. Think about that. Them niggas was on content, on podcasts, on motherfucking Clubhouse talking about an unsolved murder with a nigga he was cool with for 17 years, homie. We been fell out 3 years. I go to the feds fucking with this nigga. And it ain't his fault. He didn't do no telling, because you don't gotta tell when you can trick me to have public discourse about private matters. Nigga, you don't need paperwork. You need patience, little nigga. You need patience, little nigga. I done tricked myself out. It's like the rat tricking himself out his hole. I done tricked myself out. But you see him try to backpedal now. I think it's interesting. I wonder, is it any honor in that? It's almost like a similar version of what Lil Woody done. You see what I'm saying? But Woody told right out. But he tried to backpedal at the end, like, hold on, now we ain't doing it like that. It's too late, man. Holmes already done. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't comparing Wack to Lil Woody, because Lil Woody actually has paperwork. But I am gonna look at what Wack has been doing the last 3 years and say, yo, this right here has been some petty police bullshit. Like, how y'all been handling this Big U character, like how y'all been handling it. And I get it. We're gonna get into it. I think he addresses it, and I'm gonna respond to it, and he may respond to what I'm saying. I think it's just information. I'm trying to understand, what is these niggas doing on the West Coast? This is why Kendrick can't get over the hump. Ain't no media out there worth a damn. Ain't no media helping him. Who helping him? Who's helping Kendrick narrative? Literally, I'm saying in behind these right here, not on Twitter. He got his Twitter shit. He got his Instagram shit. But when you look at West Coast media, what are they really doing for Kendrick Lamar? And he's supposed to be on a legendary run. He is on a legendary run. What is the media out there contributing to his run? Zero. This is unheard of. This is a drop in the ball. And so what I'm saying is they've turned it into a circus out there. If you ask me, if I was Big U, and that's why I'm not sure if he's, I'm a problem solver. So I would have went and got Jay Diggs, put him up under my wing, and sent Jay Diggs to work with Adam. If I didn't shoot Adam, or if I didn't forcefully suppress Adam, or have someone in position to suppress those conversations that are being had on No Jumper forcefully, right? If I didn't put anything in position like that, and of course this is all entertainment. You know, we never know where life would take us, right? So I got to be clear with some of these things that I say on the mic. I always want to be clear. This is always entertainment. I'm never serious about anything I'm saying. It's important you guys know that, because, you know, I would hate to be taken serious at a time when, you know, I was clearly joking around. But if I didn't send anyone forcefully to shut Adam up, I would at least had somebody rough him up. I would have bypassed Wack. Since we can't get to Wack for whatever reason, I would have went ahead and got with Adam, shook him up a little bit, and it's gonna hurt you. We just want you to hire Jay Diggs. Made it uncomfortable up there. See, he had to put someone in. He tried to put Bricc Baby in there. Nigga, Bricc Baby looking for an opportunity. He ain't coming in there to take care of no business, and his presence ain't gonna really pipe the noise down. JD is gonna pipe the noise down because there's questions unanswered with Jay Diggs if I'm Big U for Wack. That's what he should have done, but he wasn't thinking. Pay attention.
He don't care about no gangbanging. Like
you know where that was though? That was at that one studio where everybody makes jokes about it because it was used in one of the Batman movies. It's got all like the panels with the lights
That's on the east
ceiling.
side.
Yeah,
on the east side. Yeah, I know exactly. I filmed over there before. So you got to remember, like, I don't read what I'm reading. I've never seen him operate in that capacity.
Okay,
but that just goes back to the stories you hear. But who is he? Oh, he did boom, 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 boom. So it just looked to me like he went into survival mode and you know, I know the dude, the dispensary owner.
Oh, okay.
I've done business with him.
So this is not really getting my point across. What I think gets my point across a little more is him and academics conversation. Because Ack is, again, if you're asking me, his ego is bruised because the way Wack handled him the last time when he was genuinely just like friend to friend trying to have a conversation like, hey, Wack, man, did the feds ever come talk to you, bro? Like, he was really genuinely just trying to figure out, like, you dig what I'm saying? You my boy, I'm just asking you. Wack go off on him. Hey, dumbass, square ass, loser. You know, he handled him like that. So if you ask me, this is them pushing back on Wack now. So, all right, we're going to show you that you ain't as powerful as you think you is without us. We're going to condemn you and we're going to expose you. Right? Soon as he went live right here, and I could be wrong, this is my narrative, but soon as academics cranked his live up for here, he had Wack on the phone, which told me that they were on the phone. And instead of keeping that conversation private, he wanted to go public. But he's gonna address him about a bunch of the atmosphere that he's created that people are saying sent Big U to jail. Pay attention.
Figuring it out by asking certain questions. I guess
that's exactly what I did.
There's only an ethical thing to it, right? The ethical thing to it is that if you were street dude, you put other people in that position
and countered it and broke it up. That's the same organization. Bricc did a motherfucking robbery on a nigga way over somewhere else that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And that organization found out and said, nigga, because you from the hood, you got to pay. It's in the paperwork, bro. All y'all niggas got to do is read it.
No.
Because
You're accurate. It's in the paperwork. It's just how the feds are looking at it. I don't think the feds will look at it like Bricc is some ancillary part that got nothing to do with Big U.
Bullshit. That's how they going to look at it. They're going to look at it and look, the fact, see, this is what you got.
Ain't Bricc the subject of another indictment where it's alleged that he's supplying guns and shit like that?
That ain't got nothing to do with them. It's sealed, right? So, but this is what you're missing.
Okay.
The only way the police is going to tell Bricc, when that nigga Bricc told 600, I'm listening.
He said, yo, it's a indictment coming down, but it ain't a 60 indictment. It's a big U indictment. Cuz it's hot for a body in Vegas. This is June 2023. Nobody knows about this.
Wait, Bricc
kid
Baby
at
said
this
that in
point.
2023?
Let me say this. I do remember that. I ain't gonna say I remember Bricc Baby saying it, but I remember them alluding to that a long time ago, way before this indictment. I remember them saying, yo, you told us the feds was on Big U. That was one of the things that Wack was kind of exposing that that Bricc Baby said, you know, in confidence. And then also, I think Bricc Baby was in a scenario where he was talking to these gentlemen, emotionally dumping on people and giving them information that he may shouldn't have been giving them. So he was basically telling them, man, my dog got kicked the feds on Big U. This what I remember them saying this, bro. So he ain't capping when he's saying this to academics. I remember, you know, I don't remember when, because I catch shit in clips, but I remember when they came out and said that Bricc Baby told us that the feds on Big U.
Told us, this what you ain't fucking listening to. When they picked him up for the K, they let the nigga go a day or two later. He called 600. Him and 600 is running together. They had no jumper together. They taking pictures and shit together. He said, bro, there's an indictment coming down, but it's not a Rollin 60 indictment. It's a big U indictment. Something about a body in Vegas. We don't know what the fuck is going on. When the feds go to Big U house in August, we think, right, it's some fraud shit. Because they take him and his wife.
So Big U knew about if Bricc is telling y'all this or telling 600 this, Big U must know that the feds was hot on his tails last year. Though.
Okay, now stop. This how I know you didn't read it. If you read the paperwork, it says also in June of 2023, they served a warrant for Big U's DNA.
Yeah,
it's right in the paperwork.
They pulled him over and they got it.
They pulled him over, so of course he fucking knew. So the same month Bricc tell us this is the same month Big U got pulled over and served a warrant for the DNA. You follow what I'm saying? So if you go pull up all the shit, you will find that in June 2023, we exposed Bricc Baby, because my whole disposition is Bricc. The police ain't gonna talk to you about what's against a 60 unless you on the side of the police and fear that you gonna tell the 60. This is my whole thought.
So that's why you said he was working.
That's why I said he was working. Because he just get caught for the K. So at the time he's lying, saying Adam bailed him out. We later find out the bail was capped. He put that in his pocket. They let him out on the signature, just let him go. There was no money ever put up. Then later on, he said on your show, it was a DA reject, Compton Court. I had Reggie Wright go check. For Compton Court come back, it was drugs submitted that day. No gun, AK, and the phone is with the feds. But at this time, it's damn near 18, 20 months. I'm like, nigga.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this question, though, right? And I think that's where people are saying they feel like you're backtracking a little bit.
Backtracking where?
No. Hold on. Just let me ask this question. Because if you from the...
Well, that's a good question. Here's a question I actually asked in the... in the last video that people are enjoying right now is, why is Wack breaking up politics with another gang member on so many platforms? With him being a member, isn't this against the code? This is what I mean. But this is a part of the trick. But it done got so good to him, he wrapped up in it. See, this is almost like a spider wrapped in his own web. You see what I'm saying? See, he powered all this shit up to power down Big U and all them niggas who thought they was as big as him on the West Coast. I'm the biggest voice on the West Coast. And y'all look at him like that. See, you got to remember, he understood that this would be a tall task. And when I say take down Big U, I'm not talking about getting him arrested per se. I'm saying lower his status in culture. And he knew this would be a tall task. He knew people feared Big U. People respected him. It wasn't much you can really say. He was a leader of a clique. He went to jail, done his time. Like, it was gonna be a tall task. And so he had to make himself powerful in content world. Yo, he wasn't cool with academics. He hated all of them niggas. Wack 100 hated Vlad, Adam, all of them niggas until he needed them niggas. And it made sense to be friends with them niggas. I got a big enemy over here, and I'm looking forward. I'm finna take him down soon. I'm finna lower his status in culture, make niggas look at him like a peon. Maybe not like a peon, but they ain't gonna hold him in high regard like they did. I'm gonna start chipping at it. And he used all of these things. But as you hear now, academics is saying, yo, I think you're backpedaling. Pay attention to what he says.
The streets, right? And these guys got current situations where there's open cases, this and third. The feds are trying to connect a lot of dots.
Gotta stop right there.
If you're forcing them, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta factor in. Bricc is not look, bro. In these streets, if you get caught with something, bro.
In these streets, talking to academics is crazy. Yo, in these streets, talking to academics. Yo, let me holler at you, homie. In these streets, yo, cut it all the way out, nigga. That's academic.
You gotta provide a bail receipt or a motherfucking dismissal.
But you got to provide it online though, because I feel like you had him defending it.
He never showed nobody.
So you said if his homies pulled up on him, if his homies pulled up on him, he wouldn't put him in?
Nigga, you hey bro, listen, it's a few of them I'm tied to. Okay. OG niggas. He never showed nobody. He stuck to his guns like I was lying. Then when I made him go into the rant, remember when he gonna put Kill Squad on the streets? Mm-hmm. Then he admitted, I got a gun case. I go to court next month. Remember when they did the emoji, had him crying and shit? You don't remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go look at it, he says, I'll go to court next month. I'm going to bring the paperwork.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm agreeing with you. I'm just asking about the principle. Do you think that in a situation like that, that these dudes who are street dudes should have to be putting their paperwork up on the internet? I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not saying they shouldn't have paperwork for whatever.
Yeah, bro.
So you're saying they should deal with this on the internet?
Hey, bro. Nick, hey, listen. I put all my work up on the internet.
Yeah, but those are resolved cases. You don't have an open case.
It doesn't matter, bro. Listen, if I go and bail out, I'm gonna show a nigga my bail receipt. Why are you out? I'm gonna show it, bro. Nigga, you ain't got no bail receipt. What you out? How you out?
Okay.
This nigga got caught with the same thing, and he had to bail out. Bricc started saying it was a lie. First thing, it was a lie. Then he had to go to court in a month. Now, I let a month go. I let 2 months go by. I said, Bricc, what happened in court? What happened in court, nigga? You sit on the couch. That bitch ass Wack 100 be knowing too much. And you go to court next month and you gonna show us the paperwork. Where's the court date? Now, looking at what we know now, do you think Bricc had a court date that next month? Fuck no.
I don't appear so.
He didn't have one.
Wack. I'm giving you all the credit because you, again, like I believe you reverse engineered figuring it out by asking certain questions. I guess
that's exactly what I did.
There's only an ethical thing to it, right? The ethical thing to it is that if you a street dude, do you put other people in that position online? Because
hey, bro,
we're getting to realize a lot of the stuff they have in the indictment. They were defending themselves online or corroborating online.
Hear me out. Listen, bro. This is how this works.
Okay. So this is what I mean. You hear Act trying to position it like, yo, man, you kind of like you brought shit online and wasn't cool. And then Wack is trying to fight back against it. Like, nah, nigga, that ain't, you don't even know how it works, nigga, you on, right? So there's a constant thing. But again, you got to keep in mind what we just looked at. Wack just was arguing with Adam about the same thing. So there's an attack now on Wack 100. Pay attention.
Okay.
You catch a case, you bail out, and you got a case pending. We want to see it because if it's dismissed,
you
how
gotta
did
get to
it
work.
get dismissed? Yes. How did it get dismissed? If you bailed out, show your bail receipt. If you go into court, show that you got an active court date. At that point, it's nothing to talk about, bro. Ain't nobody asked you about no details of your case.
Okay.
But when you lie and say you ain't got no court date, you ain't got no case, you didn't get caught with this, nigga, and it comes out you did 21 months later.
Hey,
right?
What about if Bricc had said this, right? Because I think this is the reality behind it, right? They picked up the gun, they did run the warrants for whatever, the phones or whatever, but he didn't get charges immediately. But he don't want to speak on it online because he don't know what's gonna happen. It's like the feds rage at how find some illegal shit. And again, they might be saying, "Yo, they're gonna bring in the ATF on this, the DEA. Maybe they found some drugs." And you're in limbo. You don't want to speak on it.
Whatever
like,
they
yeah,
gonna do, they
found
gonna
this.
do.
But you see, this is how I know that Ack is turning on Wack, is because Ack helped him the entire time. When it came to Bricc Baby, when it came to all these different, in part 2, y'all gonna see that. I think in part 1, I talked about it a little bit and played a little bit of it, but yo, he would, only time he spoke with Bricc is when he was at odds and it almost was damn near violence with Wack 100. He never called Bricc on stream to talk about anything outside of, man, Wack said this or Wack did this. So he knew, he helped Wack. But now you see him pushing back. Yo, Bricc didn't want to talk about it online. It was a case going on. Yo, Bricc told y'all the entire time, yo, I don't want to talk about this online. Yo, that's police shit, my nigga. Even when he admitted I got caught with a gun, I don't want to talk about it no more. It's police shit. Y'all still ran it. So let's not act like now we're holier than thou and take this more high ground. I just want to keep things in that proper perspective, even though I appreciate, fall off when you're wrong. Y'all niggas get it together. But we ain't going to act like you didn't aid and assist him along the way, the entire way. He only got friends with academics and Adam to use them for this purpose.
So let me give the Squareville people, because you from Squareville when it comes to this shit,
break it out.
Another way of looking at it, that you're going to understand. Do you think if Big U and them knew that nigga Dale got caught shipping 100-something pounds from LA to Ohio back in fucking June of 2020, they would have been pressing that nigga like that? Dale has been out for 5 years working with an active case open with no court dates, nigga. Okay. Right now, we got the paperwork. This is why niggas be like, hey, bro, you caught a case with your work. He got caught in June of 2020, shipping 100-something pounds of drugs from California to Ohio somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Hear me out.
Yeah. No, I'm following.
This whole 5 years he's been out, and I'm gonna send you to work to it. He's been out, and you know how he's been staying out?
He's been snitching. Working.
Delivering. You get it? So Bricc, nigga, you running around out here 21 months. Lying. See, if I catch a case, I'm gonna tell niggas I got a case. Well, I got a case, I'm fighting. Straight up. It ain't even.
Yeah, but you ain't telling them online, nigga. That's the problem. Y'all bringing this shit online.
But they grabbed it. They could charge you at any time.
If you arrest me and I bail out on the signature bond or bond, I'm letting that be known, bro. Straight the fuck up. Because if you hiding it, bro, why you hiding it? We come from, because watch this. This how this work, Act. If you got 10 niggas, 3 niggas that was fucking with you for this, and 3 niggas fucking with you for that, and 2 niggas that's fucking with you at a podcast, right? You know what's gonna happen, Act? Yeah. When you tell your people, hey, bro, I just got booked for an AK. I got an open case. Every nigga that was fucking with you on something they wasn't supposed to be doing, guess what they gonna do, Act?
Well, stop.
There it go. You didn't give them people that opportunity. You know why? Because you are now hot, nigga.
Let me ask you a question. You also said that Big U essentially was working because he had a BlackBerry phone. He was calling the police.
That's grid. Yeah, that's a whole nother. That's his grid contract. That's spelled out in the grid.
Pay attention to what Ack is trying to get to.
That's the grid program and the contract he had. But you basically kind of, and it kind of went into what Lou said, right? Where it's like, if the guy who's supposed to be the community gang leader that is kind of being a liaison with the police, his job is to call and report certain type of dealings in the community. How could that guy be still like? I felt like you were kind of implicating him, like, yo, he got one foot in, one foot out.
What I said was,
stay away from him because he's working.
When the neighbors called us, August of 2023, right, and said, "Yo, Alphabet Boys hit his house, took him and his wife." Right? So we wait for 2 days. You know what we watching? We watching his IG. No movement. Third day, IG start moving. Now, I think with a lot of these people on social media who really are nobodies to me, because they from Delaware and they from here and there.
They do be trying to troll you. That's a fact.
Act. They don't understand my position in the game. Act, one thing you know, I'm tying into everybody that's somebody somewhere. Straight up. Did you hear when Big U said, if one of you niggas get my contracts, I know you stand with all this shit?
That was weird. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, no, I'm going to tell you why.
It's like he's putting that as the main basis of why he's about to go down.
No, I'm going to tell you why it wasn't weird.
Okay, tell me.
A lot of shit that I used to say, Act, is no way I can know. You get what I'm saying? If I went on the internet and start calling you a childhood name that your aunt and uncle called you, right? You're gonna know.
You know my
aunt and uncle. To get that from where? I had to get that from your family, right?
Yep.
So what y'all don't know, that I would say shit that only the 60s know, which told him his homies had to been telling me this shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
the problem is, though, homie, you saying it on the internet. I think this continues to be ignored. I get it. You and Big U have an issue, but that's what makes me think it's intentional. Using the internet, using the false narratives, using the squares that really don't understand street politics, tricking Bricc Baby and other Crips into having public discourse about private matters. I spoke about it in part 1. If you ain't seen that video, I'm telling you, it's probably one of the best podcasts that dropped this year, where I just broke down the Big U thing, where I spoke about, listen, Wack 100 was in a scenario where when the phone ring and you see Wack 100, a lot of people answer that because he was doing business, he was getting niggas deals, helping with shit. But there became a point where when Wack called your phone, you be like, yo, what up, homie? Say, homie, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. This Wack calling you now. I ain't doing shit. What you got going, family? Man, hold on right quick. Yo, can y'all hear me? Yo, I got you in this clubhouse room, homie. The homie say he from 5 Dudes Gangsta Crib named Treon. Nah, this a real homie. This a real homie. He got a whole nother nigga who didn't even know nothing about. Hold on, who is this? Say what? But this Wack on the phone. I'm gonna go with it. But hey, say he who? Nah, I'm a first generation Crib, homie. I don't know who that is. Like, they was literally on there doing that. What people don't understand on the internet is academics couldn't have facilitated that. Adam 22 couldn't have facilitated that. DJ Vlad could. It got to be someone from the inside that facilitates this level of espionage. It got to be from inside. You niggas don't got the rank, the power, the respect. None of these real gang members, nigga, they was calling niggas that ain't posted on Instagram in 7 years. This Crip nigga just done 22 years. I got him on the phone talking in Clubhouse to a nigga who claiming Rollin something out of New York. Like, what the fuck are we doing, homie? I mean, he got completely weird. Pay attention. Also, pay attention to the way academics continues to. He's not going to be quiet like he done last time when he said, hold on, stop right there. That's his best move right there. You know how niggas been making them little dolls they made of me where it's like a fake, it's like a picture, and they put you a doll and they put 2 or 3 of your little slogans in there. You know, his need to be on Pyru. It's a couple of slogans he got. His new one that he been using on academics, Adam, and these other niggas, when they get into trying to make a point, hold on, stop right there, bozo. Hell, little one. Ooh, you don't talk to me like that? They accept it, though. They accept it.
I'm not from over there. I don't live over there. I don't hang over there. So when I'm saying shit that only a certain generation knows, that only they know, he knows that if some of his people communicate with me. Y'all don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
No, I definitely get it. Hey, Wack, real quick, because so this is, and I read some comments, and I might be just coming off as someone who read comments, but it did make a little sense. They felt this is why they were saying your tone changed a bit, right? Because I was even looking up this morning, the idea or what's determined as extortion under federal statutes. You leave yourself to some exposure based on.
Whoa. See, I'm telling you, Wack is wrapped up in his own web. This nigga just said, yo, how they letting this shit? This is what I be saying. People think they want to be me or think they want to be someone that like can think about shit quick. Like, bro, it fucks your life up. Like most people would have just let that go by. What do you mean you looked up the statute on extortion today? You getting prepared to talk to me about extortion? It can't be for Big U. They already locked up for it. You trying to see if I qualify for extortion in your free time? That would have, my mind would have went there. But see, Wack, he still, again, I'm final boss with this. I'm literally final boss with this shit. Right? But my mind instantly would have said, hold on, you say what, homie? You looked up the extortion. Hold on, man. That would have right there would have said, oh, they got me in the trick bag now. They think they finna put me in the, man, I'm not even talking about this, act. This conversation ain't even happening. We ain't talking about this. But what'll happen is they're gonna talk about it without him present. So he thinks being there is better than him not being there because they can run off with their own narratives without him there, and at least he can defend it with him now. I'm telling you niggas the thinking process. Like, we deep over here at this podcast. This ain't that low-level bullshit. Like, bro, if y'all want to listen to that, go there. We ain't bullshitting over here. Pay attention.
Even when you used to run with it, like, for example, the Future story. That sounds like extortion. We ran a nigga down the airport. We extracted money from this guy who did not want to give it up. Like, we basically told him,
here goes what you guys always do, right? Y'all like to add shit to what I said. You know, I'm a bet man, academics.
I am too.
I'm a bet man.
I would bet you, but
right? Okay. So I will put up a little small wager if you can find a clip that say we took any money from Future.
Yeah, but demanding money and also demanding money, it might not be, again, extortion, but you see how, like, in the RICO it said overt act. It show a pattern of trying to extort.
No, let me correct you on something.
Go ahead.
When we saw Future act, if you tell me, yo, Wack, you know them whoop-de-whoop fresh and fit niggas? Yeah, I gave them niggas 15,000. I went to the motherfucking studio down there where we recorded. Man, that shit was empty. Them niggas had been moved out. They beat me for my bag. Right? Okay. I'm coming through the Beverly Center. I see the fresh and fit niggas.
Okay.
You knowing me what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, you gonna highlight them. Yo.
I'm gonna say, hey, homie, bro, act tell me y'all beat him for 15,000. What's happening? Hold on. I'm gonna get you on the phone. I've done this 1,000,000 times.
But this don't help, bro. This is, I don't know what he thinks he's explaining, but when we talk about the law and people who are intentionally misunderstanding or are trying not to understand what you are presenting, this shit not gonna work. What he's saying. Oh no, it was just a phone call that I was asking him, man, that shit ain't finna work with the feds. The same way he knew that whatever bullshit Big U try to put together ain't gonna work. But I'm telling you niggas, they say when you bury a hole, when you dig a hole for one person, especially with ill intentions, how many do they say dig? I'm telling Wack, you caught in the web, homie. Now, you making see this video and pull yourself out of it, but they got you caught in the web, homie. You in the same web that sent all them other niggas to the penitentiary. They got you now trying to defend and debunk shit online because they know this the same game we play for the views, baby. You just next on the chopping block, baby. Just like these rap niggas, they come and go, baby. You just next on the chopping block, loved one. Yes, Lord.
Right? Hey, bro. Boom, 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 boom. I've had some people say, Wack, they just covered the debt a week ago. They took care of me. Or I had some people say, yeah, bro, what's up? Like, we need to fix that. Right? So catching a nigga and taking some from a nigga is one thing, right? But catching a nigga and saying, hey, homie, you took some money from the homie paid you to show up somewhere and you was a no-show.
Oh, so there was an actual legit transaction.
Yeah.
Oh, people thought it was just like,
yo, bro, it still don't make sense. And this is where IQ kind of exposes itself. Because even if it's some sort of business, you don't take business in your own hand. They have a whole legal system, court system in place for that. You don't, hey, yo, I'm holding court right here. You owe the homie 20,000. Because now it's too blurry, son. It's just too blurry. It's too blurry. And so now you're out in public trying to explain extortion, and you don't even understand the law for real. So you don't know when you are corroborating extortion or denying extortion. You just know when you're talking to academics, you might think you out tricking him. But I'm talking about the way the law read. So the mere fact niggas is speaking about it is a problem. You never heard. Have anybody ever heard what I've done? Have anybody ever heard what I've done? You know I've done something. Look at me. I come in with money. You know I've done something. You ever heard what I've done? It'll never happen. It'll never, ever, ever happen. We ain't cut like that. Pay attention to this.
Check it in money.
Nah, I ain't never did that with nobody. Y'all just adding shit to it, nigga. Like, how's it checking in money when we mentioned the nigga that he owed? The nigga he owed ain't from California. What the fuck are you talking about? He ain't even from California.
Yeah, because he's trick, right?
He ain't even from California. So this is money that a nigga didn't pay the nigga, and a nigga ducked off on the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Listen, I ain't gonna say the artist's name, but I've had artists act that was signed to me, right? Well, I done ran into niggas, and niggas done jumped out. Wack, we need to holler at you. What's up, homie? Man, we gave your artist, X amount, 2,500 to whoop, nigga, then no show. You got that? You can show me that? Hold on. Open their phone up. Boom, 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 boom. I see the contract, the transaction. Okay, cool. You know who his manager is, right? Yeah, next time deal with me. What's your cash app? I sell him as 2,500. Right? If you owe a nigga, you owe a nigga. So what I just did was, I'm going to get you off of my artist. I deal with my artist on what I just had to pay on this bill. So when you see him, let him be. Right? That's all it is. You would never find nothing. What it is, I'm noticing you niggas hate me so much, they keep adding words to what wasn't said.
Yeah, all right.
Because if those words exist, them clips would have been everywhere.
Do you think it's a possibility, since you did run with Big U at a point, if they got Big U under the gun?
Slow down, bro. I don't run with no nigga.
No, but y'all used to be cool. Y'all
No. What you saw me do?
Y'all used to have a table. That's what you used to say.
Hold on. What you saw me do with 6ix9ine, what you see me do with every other dude I do business with, even yourself, Troy Ave, all this shit. You saw me with Troy Ave at Joe Spot. You saw me and Troy Ave in the motherfucking St. Thomas.
You say you used to be at the
hold
strip.
on. No, he ain't. Ain't no difference. You saw me with Troy Ave in St. Thomas, right?
But you know,
and I ain't seen Troy. I ain't seen Troy Ave in 18 months. I didn't talk to him 10, 20, 30 times. Let's get this right. Wack don't run with no nigga.
So it's strictly
you would never catch me with no nigga. No.
If y'all can still hear audio, put a W in the chat. I don't know if the audio is went out because it's blinking on this side.
Well, I'm saying that, listen, they're about to put the squeeze on Big U. Is there any people were thinking maybe you get nervous because Big U might say, yo, if I'm locked up, bring Black down too. He did this with me back in the day. We used to extort all them rap niggas.
Wait, first of all, I'm gonna be real. There was no extorting no rappers at our table. That's why it was a table. You get what I'm saying? In that era, and I don't know if you
see saying shit like that shit can work with academics, but if the feds are listening to that, again, I keep telling y'all, the whole trick is to have the conversation in public about these kind of things, period. It's a trick. Not about experiences in the ghetto, not about teachings that come from experiences from the ghetto, but about crimes. It's the dumbest shit in the world. Right? Or man, you know, I can't wrap my brain around why they're doing this. But this shit may work on a drunk academics that, as we speak, is putting Don Julio up to his lips to drink. Right? You saying that, oh, extorting rappers around us wasn't a thing, nigga. Because no, extorting rappers at our table wasn't a thing because that's why it was a table. Well, all right, we'll take that. Do you not understand that when you make a statement that you get a couple of different things from that statement? You can get an answer, but you can also get an implication, right? And the implication is not necessarily what I assume, is how you position the sentence in the statement. Keep up. So the sentiment is, and I'm not even sure if Wack 100 understands this while he's speaking with academics, but the sentiment in that sentence is, again, the sentence is, there was no extorting rappers at our table. That's the reason it was a table. Well, that can also mean that, or imply that there was extortion, so you guys had to form a table where you guys split the money from the rappers, right? Do you see what I'm saying? This is how they tie you in. Oh, so there was a table. Oh, so there was a. Why are you even talking about this shit? Why niggas even talking about this shit? It don't make sense, bro.
Was around yet. That 07, 08 era till about 2019, you heard very minimal.
Thank you guys for putting W in the chat for y'all that's actually in the chat and interactive. Thank you so much. Also, Patreon, I see y'all. Salute to y'all. Love y'all for sure.
You didn't hear none of that shit going on.
The extortion money was holding down then.
That's what the table was for, bro. The table
and there was no money involved.
Resources.
So there was no money involved. Like no.
It was just I personally, okay, for instance, the Migos, right?
Okay, yeah.
You know they're my guys, right?
Of course.
The Migos did a free
QCP family.
Okay, pull it up. The Migos did a free concert for him in Pomona. That happened on my phone. It ain't no fucking extortion. Hey, bro, y'all gonna be in town? Yeah. Hey, could y'all come through, do a 30-minute set for the kids? Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm gonna put you with him. He doing a thing for the kids. I just been in Pomona. Wack, we'll pull up.
Could the feds look at, like, again, I'm not saying that specific, but look at something like that to be like, these guys are getting pressured to do these favors for protection.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. These is kids, nigga, who used to be in the back of my Rolls Royce telling me to take them to Taco Bell. Get the fuck out of here, bro. If that's the case, nigga, I'm getting pressure when I get calls, right? What up? Man, this going on. You think you could help get this shit clear? Because we trying to put this song out. Let me call the producer. I know it's a producer named Harv or some shit. Just the other day, I got a call. about a 17-year-old R&B kid. Wack, could you help us work out the pub? They don't want to get a kid no pub. I call Harv. Me and Harv talk. He like, Wack, you right. They fucked up the deal. They did agree. But he is a singer. He does deserve something. Okay, cool, Harv. Whatever you feel you could do, if anything, it would be appreciated. Harv said, Wack, I'll give him 10, 15 points. No problem. It didn't go to me. It went to the fucking kid. But I just happen to know the little nigga. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, y'all can't say a nigga making a nigga give him money is extortion, and then you saying a nigga calling for favors is extortion. If that's the case, nigga, I done been extorted a bunch of times. So have you. I extorted you to get loose cannon on your show?
Well, here's the thing. And by
Yes
the way,
or no?
And by the way, no. Here's
I
the thing.
called you, right?
No, well, here's the thing, though. I think how the feds are looking at, even like, for example, let's say, and I know I'm going left field, but just follow me for 1 second. It's like when feds allege sex trafficking. When they put,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, hold on. I'm just saying in general. Hold on, Wack. I'm not accusing.
We're not gonna have those.
That's the trick where he gonna stop you, nigga. You ain't got no. That's what Big U wish he could have done.
Let y'all control the narrative.
No. I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point.
You gonna have this cargo about?
See, he understands media. He understands that if I let him get this out, people can clip just him framing that, and they can start a narrative. So he tries to stop niggas from even framing the house that put him in as a motherfucker that, in his opinion, is not honorable. But pay attention to how academics tries to work through it. Because at first, okay, here's the thing. And I want you to mark my fucking words again. I'm final boss with this thinking. All you got to do, get anybody. I'm going to put the link in just a second. I'm putting the link. Get anybody, tell them to show up. I'm final boss with this thinking. There is nothing no one can do with me. Pay attention. I'm telling you what the next step is. If, and this is a big if, but if academics and Adam continue down this road, pressing Wack 100 about these kind of allegations, and maybe you're next for the extortion, and hey, haven't you been next doing some of that stuff Big U done? Matter of fact, you taught Big U that stuff. He was in jail. How would he know this table exists, right? If they continue down this road, the next step Wack 100 is going to take is the threat of violence. Mark my words. Yeah, mark my words now. The next, if they keep doing it, because that's what kept them from doing it at first. The idea that they may get into it with Wack and it may turn violent. That made them niggas shy away from talking about Wack. But since he done thrust himself in the content, what I tell you earlier, he caught in the web. They got him in the same web he utilized to catch his bait. Now you looking like bait. But if they continue down this road, he gonna tell them, when I see you on Pyru, you going to bed. And I'm not talking about today. He not doing that today. I'm saying let a couple of days continue to go by, and this is the story that they continue to press, and they posted it. He gonna threaten violence on one of these guys to put them back in their cocoon.
Me?
Hold on.
Make
It's not about no.
something different.
Wack. Let me just make this point. A lot of times when they allege certain shit, right? And the same for like wire fraud. Anything that's close.
Hey, let me answer this question right here. I think he might be asking me somebody that they got OG in their name. It says, bro, have you ever been in the streets? Now, this is what I mean about low IQ. See, I'm final boss. Do you hear the conversation, little nigga? Do you not hear the fucking conversation? If I'm sitting here talking to the people about not having private conversations in public, why the fuck I'm gonna come explain my resume to you online, nigga? Can't nobody trick me. Can't nobody outsmart me. What low-level game you playing, man? Don't ask me no questions about being from the streets. And take OG out your name. Y'all niggas cosplaying. Take OG out your name.
to it, they look in that lens. Like, for example, if they're alleging, I say with Diddy, they allege sex trafficking. Any chick he flew out, even if it was consensual, they're going to look at it as you moved her from state to state and under the statute.
Yeah, that's the Man Act. Yeah, I get you.
Oh, okay,
I've been saying that to people. I'm like, bro, that shit's sex trafficking.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Once they're looking at Big U, other than the murder, as he was doing extortion plays. So anything
but slow down. No, slow down. The only extortion they have him on is the individual that he was making pay. I don't see no artist in there.
No, hold on.
That he made pay. The only other nigga I see was AB, the boxer.
Those basketball players or whatever, even though they don't call it.
No, that's not extortion.
Wait,
that's
hold
cap.
on. Wait. I'm not saying they say that's
cap.
No, wait, you gotta let me just.
We're talking about extortion. Nigga.
I know, but
don't mention them.
Yeah, but
they're not saying he extorted you.
It's under when they put it under the RICO Act. That's why I keep.
And y'all don't have to ban these dudes or remove them, man. These is low. You dig? I'm of the highest level. There ain't nobody they can go get that I'm worried about. My resume is who I say I am, and ain't nobody they can go get if you ask me smarter than me about this. Can't nobody outthink me. Too much technique. I've been everywhere in the world. Dolo. It's over with. Stop asking. They can't rock with me.
You're right. They don't.
No, they don't. I'm gonna tell you why they don't. I'm gonna tell you why. The dude, Dale or Monster, right? He told the cops he was being extorted for money. You get what I'm saying? You have to have the ball players say he made me or he extorted me. None of them gonna say that, bro, because them is his real friends. I put him with Shaq, so I know how he met Shaq.
Yeah.
These dudes is his real friends, right? Draymond Green, that's his partner. Him and Draymond Green, like me and you. Them niggas is close.
Of course,
Yeah,
they're not
niggas
gonna
close.
say it. They're not gonna say it, but that's where the wiretaps come in. Like, for example, even that attempted.
But I never seen nowhere in there where Big U insinuated he was extorting any other ball players.
Well, he pretty much insinuates that nothing could go on in LA without him getting pretty much a piece. So again,
No,
it's just
but that ain't, bro. See,
Wack,
listen, bro.
it's the same thing when they mentioned your incident. Like they mentioned the incident, nothing happened in the incident, but it furthers this idea and it furthers the allegation that Big U's running an enterprise that's trying to harm people. Yeah, nothing happened to you.
No, his enterprise is his enterprise, right? And that's him talking, right? So what I'm saying is this, bro. Okay, we ran a clip today where he was saying, hey, we trying to help the kids get prom dresses and tuxedo rentals, right? I forgot all about this shit. He like, yo, bro, all you motherfuckers that be calling me for whatever, y'all ain't looking out. The dudes that have looked out, he named me as one of them. Wack 100 looked out. Shout out to Wack 100. It was a few other people he named, right? It's simple. Hey, bro, what up? Hey, man, we trying to do this shit for the kids. Woo. All right, cool. You doing up under your organization? Yeah, all right, cool. Here go a check. Here go $1,000. Here go $2,000.
I guess here's a question I have. Where are all the families? If Big U was helping all these kids, because there's a lot of people that say there's kids that play football. Like, where are the families of the people? They should be protesting, nigga. They should be that's Big U, nigga. That's the nigga that looked out for my kid. Like, they should be a character witness, at least for a bond hearing or something. Like, where are all these people? I'm confused.
We right on there for prom, whatever, right? That's not extortion. That's called a nigga, right? Helping with a cause. That's what that is. That's all it is.
Again, Wack, I'm not saying it's textbook extortion, but when you put it under a RICO Act, it's convincing to make the case that this person was operating in that realm.
Yo, listen, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think they put? Why would they put?
Motherfucking law.
Hold on. Why would they put that incident? Let me ask you this question, Wack. Why would they put that incident, or even put Big U talking about the altercation with you in the parking lot? Why would they? He's not charged for that. Why would they put it there unless they're trying to paint the picture that this nigga, when he says, I want somebody.
You gotta ask the feds. Nigga, I'm not the motherfucking feds. Nigga, fuck you asking me for. You already asked me some stupid shit talking about Why would they talk to me, nigga? You just said it. Is he charged for it?
Is
he charged for it?
It's listed as an overt act. What I'm trying to say
is he charged for it?
All of these things they put in the indictment is to make the case. It's making the case that this nigga been extorting a bunch of people.
Is he charged for it? Do they have a statement from WAC 100?
No, I never said that. But I said
shut the fuck up talking to me about it, bro. You bitch ass niggas on some real shit.
There you go. Now this I didn't even know this happened, but this is why they turning on WAC right now. But I really can't get mad at WAC. Again, I put it, the characterization I put on it is when Denzel Washington in Training Day, when he realized, oh, you bitches, trying to, I'm putting cases on, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting everything on Pyru tonight, bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean? It's like he figuring out, oh, these niggas is, oh, they trying to run a fast one on me. These niggas really trying to put me in the blender. He can feel it. He been around long enough. He's a good enough thinker to see the tendencies of men. But watch Academic's face, and I don't know how he's gonna look or what he's gonna say. But I think this is the reason why they're turning on WAC right now. Number one, they need something else to talk about. That's number one in priority. That's number one in priority. You're on the chopping block because they need something to talk about. But number two, I think it's the way he handled Academics in that moment, and it bruised his ego because his girl was there and all kind of shit. Pay attention.
For it. Do they have a statement from WAC 100?
No, I never said that. But I said
shut the fuck up talking to me about it, bro. You bitch ass niggas on some real shit. I'ma speak from my heart. You bitch ass niggas on one side and say, oh, Big, you don't fuck with WAC. I say, well, I don't fuck with Big U. Now you see a 4-year fucking investigation on a whole time me and this nigga didn't fuck with each other, and you want to put me in his shit.
No, I never put you in this shit. The only thing I said is that I think if the feds is doing their due diligence, it would be absolutely stupid that they mention your name a few times as somebody that Big U wanted to harm, and there was an incident that could have went bad, and they never even tried to ask you a question. That would sound crazy, whack. Like if
ask me a question for what?
Even if you say I'm not answering no question, but at least be like, hey, listen, we have this dude on wiretap.
Okay, I bet you did. Let's do this, Act. Let's bet 100,000.
That what?
Because all the paperwork gonna come out. Okay. PSI, everything gonna come out. Let's bet 100,000 right now. I'm telling you, feds ain't never asked me shit about this man ever in the 47 years of my life I've been living. No, the feds are no other motherfucking law enforcement agency.
No, so what? Right I'm not guaranteeing that they ask you, but I think they would try to talk to you. And here's the thing: even if they did ask you, what? Even if they did ask you, you realize you could do a proffer that you could do a proffer that keeps you out of a grand jury and keeps you out of court.
Let's bet 100,000. Stop playing with my name.
No, I'm not saying you did that. What I'm saying is that
with my act. Listen, we friends, but I don't give a fuck about no friendship. You playing with my name like that? Because guess what, Act? I didn't let nobody play with your name.
See, this is when he drawing that line. Like, you don't run that narrative. Don't even keep doing this, or you gonna lose. I keep telling y'all, violence is on the horizon. If Adam and Academics continue to drill this point, which is really some common sense kind of shit, but he understands the power of their platform because he buried Big U with it. And he looking at y'all niggas, it ain't even about what's coming out your mouth. I know your intentions, nigga. You trying to bury me. This how WAC looking at Academic. If they keep this up, I'm telling you, mark my words, everything that happened, I be right. It's just you got to be one of my listeners to know that, oh, he be calling shit home, one of them niggas. like this nigga's on some other shit. If you tapped in this up there, you like, yo, I want him. This nigga's on some other shit, son. He's one of the best doing this. But I'm telling you, at some point, violence is on the horizon if they continue this. He's drawing the line, basically saying, don't even have these conversations, nigga. Don't even have them.
you playing with my name like that. Because guess what, Act? I didn't let nobody play with your name, nigga, when you had your situation. Stop playing with my name. Give me the same motherfucking respect. Listen to me. Give me the same motherfucking respect I gave you. And you was actually on audio saying some shit. And I didn't let nobody play with your name. Don't mention no proffer or no other shit like that with my name. Because I ain't never been tied to none of that.
No, nobody's accusing you of shit. Just like how you say, right? Yo, Bricc, they came and they got a gun. If they got the AK,
that's documented.
Hold on. But if they got it,
documented.
Hold on. Wait, if they got it and you don't have a court date or blah 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 blah, we have to deduce these things. What I'm saying is that, like, put it like this. If I was in a,
did they say a crime happened?
Wait, hold on.
Did anybody get hurt when we got into it?
Wait, hold on. I would say put my name in there, and my name is not there, but put my name in there. If it said, say, Big U and his people try to run down on Ack and try to slap him, and they were like, fuck Ack, they were talking about me a bunch. If they came to lock up Big U, I would imagine at some point they would be like, yo, hey, Ack, you can lawyer up if you want. You can say no, but yo, are you down to sit down with us? Because here's the thing. They could turn me again. I've been said it. You're not listen. If you definitely talk to them, you can listen to the victim. So I wouldn't say you talk to them at all. But did they attempt to? I think it's reasonable to say they would attempt to talk to you. I would think they would attempt to talk to me if I was in that position.
If they would have attempted, then I would be a victim. It would be victim 4, victim 5.
No. If they attempted to talk to you, you would have to cooperate to someone for them to have you as a victim. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, you know why? You know why they wouldn't attempt to talk to me?
Why not? Yeah, this is what I want to know.
Because it's a chance that I'm gonna say something.
What do you mean?
They already know I'm running around calling the boy a snitch. They know I'm already saying he cooperating with the 77th Street Division. They pull me down in there talking about some shit about this nigga. I'm gonna be like, this nigga hot as a motherfucking cayenne pepper. It's a fact. They know I'm going to the moon.
Now, here's the other side. Again, I'm Wack. Just to be very clear, I'm not.
This is what I'm saying. These dudes is crazy because you even think that going to the moon making content is affecting the feds is crazy. That shit don't matter to the feds. See, that's that web I'm talking about. You caught in that web where this content matter there. That shit don't matter to the federal government. You going to the moon making content don't matter, brother.
That's how I would think they would try to.
You niggas want me to be part of a RICO? Hey, bro.
No.
I know. This is why I say you a square. What about this RICO have you noticed when it comes to the people involved? Let me see if your mind even works this way.
They're all stupid and they keep incriminating themselves, but you.
No. Let me tell you something about Big U. Big U fuck with certain people certain ways for certain reasons, right? Big U don't do no dirt with no nigga that ain't from his neighborhood. You ain't noticed every nigga right there from his neighborhood?
Yeah.
Every nigga right there from his neighborhood. Big U does not fuck with niggas because guess why? He feels he can't control it.
Okay.
He do something with a nigga over here from another neighborhood, right? And a nigga.
Now that's a good narrative to try to get the feds to hear, to keep you again. Every time Wack speak, it's mental jujitsu against him and these dudes where he trying to distance himself and they trying to bring him closer to it.
Out on him, he can't control it.
Okay.
If you look at the paperwork, every nigga's from his neighborhood. I'm gonna be real, bro. We don't. My team, my circle, my table. We didn't make money off of extorting, bro. Like that ain't even no money. Did you see the dollar amounts? What is
$2,000 a week. You know what I mean? You know,
okay, well, I can show
money.
you.
What's the problem?
Yeah, but okay. So where if 10 people make money off 1,000?
Okay. So basically, you're saying Big U was a low-level hustler that was extorting for small bills.
No, what I'm saying is, I just learned when I read that paperwork, right, about all that shit. Because I'm like, this shit crazy. $500? Niggas saying we reduced shootout to 50.
Yeah, I didn't like that he was pulling up for $1,000. So for people who don't know, in the paperwork, they allege that, you know, he pulled up to get $500 and $1,000 at a time. And I was saying, yo, that is a little bit of money. Nigga, that don't look good at all.
1,500. And then the crazy part about it is his pickup man is backdooring him. He telling the victim, don't answer the phone when Big U call. He gonna ask you for 5,000. Don't answer the phone. And then another one, he says, I'm only gonna give Big U 1,000 out this 1,500. So you just gave me 1,000. So your middle man, like, I'm looking at this shit like that's some real clown shit. Hey, not only are you extorting a nigga for a stack or two, but your pickup man is working with the victim against you for the stack or two.
Hey, by the way,
sometimes it was $500.
Hey, did you know that Big U was, because I always listen to you on Clubhouse, you said Big U, Big U is not like that. And from the wiretaps, Big U was telling these niggas, listen, I done knocked a couple niggas off and I'm still like that. I'll do it again. That's what he was saying.
Hey, bro.
Did you know he was like that?
What a nigga say and what a nigga doing, listen.
Oh, he was lying.
If you got a group of people that's already intimidated and scared of you for whatever reason, right? Bro, you can tell a nigga you just killed the rhinoceros and they gonna believe you. They ain't have to see it. Did you ever hear him give a description of who he did like that?
Why would he?
I'm still. You got rappers in every song talking about what they doing and ain't did it.
Yeah, but he's the leader of a Crip gang that's right now indicted for murder. So on one end, this is the game they play in content. One end, you a sucker. The other end, you a killer. Because just 2 weeks ago, he killed the little boy that was at it, according to them. According to 600 and the family and whacking out this exposure motherfucker, Big U was involved in a murder of a kid that just dissed him on a song. So is he a killer that'll kill a kid for dissing him on a song, or is he a sucker that'll lie about, right? This is what I mean. It's all narratives. It's none of it is truth. It's just all bullshit. They just throwing shit at the wall. And the low IQ niggas eat it all up. I was hearing somebody talk about the little homie, I don't even know his name, from the West Coast. I guess he was on the little platform that got the fake brick in the background. It's like a bunch of bricks. It looked fake. Crip nigga from the West Coast, he on there talking about he took 40 fades back to back, no rest. And little niggas on the internet believe in that. I said, yeah.
So just because a nigga saying, I'm like that, once you got their attention, right, and you got their mind, whatever you feed it is what they gonna swallow, homie.
So
I'm telling you, and maybe
you don't think he got it in him to catch a body then? So like when you hear and you read some
every
shit.
every man, see, in these streets, every man is capable.
In these streets, to academics, is crazy.
For murder, killing somebody. A coward motherfucker, kill a motherfucker, you scare him enough, right? But then you got some motherfuckers that's just what they do. You understand what I'm saying? That nigga, that's what they do. It is, nigga, it's like how you get up and take a piss. Yeah. They'll knock a nigga down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
He ain't. I do have a slight gripe against you because I do think this is backtracking a bit. You listen. First of all, I didn't care if it was a lie or the truth. Even though I'm still
nigga. I'm a It's Up There podcast supporter. I'm a general. I don't do no whole bunch of. Let me put this on the thing, man. Yeah, I don't do no. I'm a It's Up There podcast Big Loon supporter. The general, the final boss. Yeah, this just a reaction commentary. Nigga, we put game down for a living. This ain't one of them kind of niggas, you dig?
I'm rocking with Big Loose Cannon. I think it was true. I think he kidnapped Meek Mill. I ain't gonna lie to you. It sounds too good for me to believe it's a lie. But
you think he did what?
The whole story about the Meek Mill and holding him hostage in the club, the chains.
I never agreed to that.
Yeah, but you never spoke out loudly about like
yo,
stop
let
lying.
me tell you, see, here goes a
So again, listen to what I'm saying. Academics get Wack on the phone and he got 4 or 5 narratives that make Wack look bad that I'm finna drill on you. I'm finna make you fuck around and answer to all this bullshit. Now this one, he gonna basically take his credibility is what it sounds like, because I haven't heard this. He basically is taking his credibility. Yo, you let Loose Cannon lie. What kind of nigga is you? That was your best friend and he was lying and you knew he was lying. Pay attention.
Speak out loudly about it till now. You're like,
you a motherfucking lot. Look, bro, this is Clubhouse. You see this floor right here?
Yeah. If any of the 100 sides could be like, nah, I always said that.
Let me show you something. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. Give it a second or two. Watch what's finna happen.
Did you hear like the bat signal?
Bro,
Hey,
yo,
you right. You right.
Listen, look, I just told everybody say fuck you on the
Fuck you.
See, but nothing didn't happen. Nothing happened. You see how he said, hold on, give it a second, watch what's finna happen. But he's swift, so he said, oh, they ain't doing it. I gotta say it so they'll do it. Pay attention to this interaction. Again, this is the highest level of game. If you need some of that other shit, go to them other shows, other channels. This is high level. You gotta pay attention.
You hear like the bat signal?
Watch this.
Let me show you something. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. Give it a second or two. Watch what's gonna happen.
Did you hear like the bat signal?
Bro,
yo,
you right. You right.
Listen, look, I just told everybody say fuck you on the
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck and bitch ass.
This is that. But see, if this shit is working on these niggas, is like, I think they are kind of like they imbeciles. If this kind of shit work on you, you're an imbecile, man.
You see the text message I just sent you?
Yeah.
I control my Clubhouse floor without saying nothing. So when I had Loose Cannon on the floor, and I got 7 Philly niggas who don't come to Clubhouse, come to the floor, I let them address it. Tiffy Bay, who never come to Clubhouse, came to the floor. How you think Tiffy Bay got to the floor at?
I realized he had an astounding amount of respect for you.
Okay, no. How do you think he got to a Clubhouse floor?
I think you or some subsidiary of yours got him in here.
No, right on that day. So what I did was, as I know, once I bring all them to the floor, right? When Luce is just saying his story, there's nobody to.
So he's basically explaining why Luce lied, sitting next to him, and he didn't say nothing, but he knew he was lying.
These niggas was there in LA when it's supposed to happen to the floor, right? And I let the conversation happen. That's me addressing it. I know that, bro. That's just like a nigga saying, you with me. You was with me at No Jumper Thursday. And a nigga came up and took your shit.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen, bro. You get what I'm saying? Tiffy Bay got a solid. You remember the nigga chasing Safari? BET weekend?
Yeah.
That's Tiffy Bay.
Yeah, I think he's one who also I think he put hands on Beanie Siegel, I believe. Hey,
He did a whole lot of shit. He's very respected. So what I'm saying is, bro, when you listening to a story and you telling me you walked in and his security of 15 stepped out the way and Meek Mills went on his neck and took off $300,000 in jewelry and just handed it to you. Hey, come on, bro.
Why would Luce lie about that then?
Hey, bro, you got to ask Luce. I'm not. This is another thing we're going to establish. Are you 6'9"?
No, I'm not.
Okay, at 6'9" said and did some shit that me and you both had told him not to do?
That is true. But here's the thing then.
What the fuck you want me to do?
Credibility is a big thing, right? So once if you're lying about something that you're continuing, I mean, Luce came out, he flew out to New Jersey, and that was pretty much one of the big stories I wanted to hear.
Bro, the nigga told you, bro, on your fucking platform,
yeah,
right? I want you to do the math. And I was waiting for you to expose this. Right. He was at Diddy's party. He heard 2 men fucking
You said it was Carl Winslow or
He
something.
kicked the door in, and it was Carl Winslow, right? Now, what's wrong with that story, Act? Why would you kick a door in if you hear two men fucking?
It's loose cannon. You never know.
Okay, they catch Carl Winslow. What'd he say? The shit gets so diabolical. TMZ act, he like, man, I don't even know these people. Right? So, don't ask me why Loose Cannon says what he says. That's his character. Why does 607 Unc say what he say?
Okay, all right. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you said that.
You want me to do, nigga?
Well, there might be some accountability. If now you're saying that, like all pun intended, he's a loose cannon and can say anything, you might have to take some responsibility then. Because
I don't gotta take shit. He's 42.
Wait, hold on. You walked him into no jumper, sat on the side of him while he literally.
He knows this is the part they're gonna start clipping right here. So all that other shit that Wack been saying, all right, they go, and Wack know this. This is why Wack getting mad at them niggas, because he see him. It's like the dog showing his teeth, and you say, stop that. You know how you tell the dog, motherfucker, you better not bite it. You can kind of tell that motherfucker seem like it. You know what I mean? That motherfucker ain't chilling. That motherfucker that seem like it. You know what I mean? You can kind of, you know what I mean? So I think that's what he's seeing. Wack seeing all these niggas showing their teeth.
Wait, hold on. You walked him into no jumper, sat on the side of him while he literally explained how allegedly Big U called him 30 minutes before Nipsey got killed. And what that led to— That's his
business. That's his story.
Wait, what that led to was a cease and desist, and it led to the feds now wanting to cease and desist. So basically, if you're saying this guy's a known liar, and you sat with him and you extracted a lie because he was only there because of you, and now that lie—
Why was he there? Watch this. Why was he there?
Because he was telling these stories that were interesting. And
no, that's not why
he was
Big
there.
U's
op, and Big U was your op.
That's not why he was there. He was there because why did I tell him I was sending them to you? To do what?
You was doing a reality show. Yeah, my bad. A reality show.
Okay, motherfucker. Was no jumper before I sent him to you?
Yes.
It was within a week or two, right? Okay. So he comes there. Who else is with him?
His woman. But so you knew he was going to—
Wait, slow down. His woman is part of it's called Baddie and the Beast. It's their reality show, right?
Yes, but did you know
the reality show is coming out in a week, right?
Yeah, but if you basically platform this dude that's telling a bunch of lie stories about the streets, implicating Big U,
are you telling me niggas ain't never lied on your platform, man?
Well, Wack, do you think it's ethical to have—
He won't even let him finish.
A nigga come here and say you're involved in a murder which is clearly a lie, and you know about it?
Okay, let me spell it out to you one more time. I don't screen no nigga. I don't.
And see, we might stream tomorrow. I think I'm gonna start streaming, fucking with y'all, just helping y'all get through work and just tapping in with my community. But I ain't even got to the point of the indictment drops on the day that it did after Loose Cannon and Bricc Baby have an interview. That part everyone can peep. I think there's another part that we can have 30-minute talk about, which is Loose Cannon and Wack was in beef at that time. And the story was about to take a very interesting turn. Like it was tension. Wack kind of was getting quiet a little bit. The live wire was out and active and saying fuck Wack and hanging with Bricc. It was getting crazy. But we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow because I don't want to give another 45 minutes on that. Because we got about 40 more minutes. I'm going to be on here with y'all.
Tell no nigga what they can and can't talk about.
You wouldn't bring big homie CC up there because we all know at this point he's telling tales.
No, listen. If he wanted to come up there, they done brought Orlando Brown up there 3 times, nigga. Do we all know Orlando Brown is lying?
Yeah, you got me.
We have brought him up there 3 times. Adam has brought that dude up there 3-4 times and paid him, knowing he's finna come up there, and guess what the crowd does? That nigga do numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So what you not finna do is all of a sudden, out of everybody in YouTube land, all the niggas I see tell lies OB. All the niggas I see go to platforms. What's this bitch name that been lying on Jay-Z for years?
Jaguar Right.
Jaguar Right. All these people that y'all know, but y'all tuned in and watch. I know why people bring them to their platform. motherfucking numbers. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's why they brick them. So what you're not gonna do, Act, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not responsible. The only person I've ever been responsible for that sat down at a podcast table was my daughter. And you saw what I did when that nigga came in that room playing.
That's
Baby,
a fact.
go to the
That's
home.
a fact. That's a fact. Okay, so
I ain't never been responsible for no other man, bro. I'm not, bro. You niggas want to make me, I'm supposed to be, no, nigga.
Well, would you at least admit now, right, that Loose Cannon is a liar?
I've been saying Loose Cannon be fired up shit. That ain't nothing new.
So even when he was a right-hand man, you knew he was just lying out here. He's just out here.
All you gotta do, first of all, some shit I don't believe. Did you not forget a floor? Why did me and Loose Cannon just get into it? What I tell him? I don't believe it.
But you had to ask. See how he playing the game? He's playing the game with Act and other people. Like, oh no, hey, Floor, tell you, man, this nigga act like. So it appears like he has a cosign, but then he answers the question before they answer the question. It's like a technique. This is what I mean when I tell y'all, some people can beat you with pure wit and technique, but some people are just smarter than you. But even if you're smarter than me, but I got these little techniques like this, I make him beat you in a conversation as it pertains to proving my point.
His ass was lying about being locked
I
up.
didn't believe it. We just got into it in front of all y'all 4 days before he went to jail. I didn't believe the clip his wife put up.
It felt like you knew he was a liar the whole time because you also, I think when the whole story about the Vegas Airbnb with Bricc Baby and the story was changed and you were on the line trying to get everybody to get the same story. So you're saying Loose Cannon is a straight up liar.
Know, listen. I had no idea. Only thing I can talk about is what's told to me. If I tell you, hey, Ack, I just called motherfucking Joe Button. I just called Joe Button, man. I went in that nigga pockets, all that. That nigga gave me $500 and his motherfucking debit card, right? And just so happened, you on your way to Joe Button, right?
Yeah.
What is this long roundabout?
Call Wack, bro. He just said this.
Because
also before we get out of here, right? You got Future, you got Thug, who are verifying that young Scooter was indeed shot by Atlanta police. And I know, for the sake of having a podcast, keeping people entertained at their homes or at their jobs, we try to approach that lighthearted. But there's nothing at all funny about dude losing his life at the hands of police or with a police interaction, especially in Fulton County with the reputation we know them to have as it pertains to rappers. RIP Young Scooter. Of course, I'm going to speak about some of these things on the pod. Like when I'm talking live and when I'm reacting, I don't want to give y'all the same version on the pod. The pod, I be real steadfast. I be just to the point. I be just trying to give some game. Yeah, I want to be a little more interactive with you guys. And I really meant to start this thing off today bringing people up because I wanted other people on the screen. I wanted other opinions because it sparks things in my mind. It sparks me to go. In particular, I wanted people that had different opinions than what I had. And people that maybe can articulate their opinion so we can really get in the paint about it. Like, what are you thinking about that? Like, let's really drill that down. Because that's just how we're gonna learn moving forward. That's the new way of being educated, and just working out ideas and iron out details, right? And I think there's always value in that. Unfortunate situation here, man. Big U is arrested. Young Scooter. I haven't even got into the Yellow Beezy. I was gonna go on Patreon with my Patreon people and watch the Andrew Schultz interview with the Pivot. Yeah, man, but it's just a lot going on. Right? Like I say, bro, it's a rough time in America. let's say finances are low for people. I just pray everyone find a hustle that can be lucrative and give them liberation. You know what I mean? So they can financially take care of their families. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's too much to ask for. But, you know, RP Scooter, we're going to talk about it more on the actual recorded part. Yo, tomorrow, let's say if I do it, I think I want to do this tomorrow. It's fun today. We peaked out at like 5,000 people across all platforms. That's pretty good. I never stream. So to me, that's a win. That's pretty good for me. But I want to bring people up, man. I want us to really like become a community. Like some of us are on the screen. Y'all know some of the people in the community that may be on the screen, and we breaking down these videos. And of course, I'm going to take that behind the paywall at some point. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to bring people up and actually see what they're thinking, see their thought process about some of these things. But I do thank all of y'all, man. It's been a blessing. Salute to each and every person, man. Each and every one of y'all. Hit like as we close out. Salute to Patreon. Salute to my people on YouTube. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. My people also on Twitter, Facebook, social media. Those of you that love what we bring to the game. There's only one king. For sure. Thank you guys so much, man, for providing me with a platform, to appreciating what I say, to appreciating what I give to the world. God is good. It's blessed me. Make a whole lot of money with this thing, man. More importantly, we're a tool to our people, you know what I mean? People enjoy us and people get stuff from us. So that's all we can ask for. I thank you guys so much, man. I think I'm going to come back tomorrow. We're going to probably start making this a thing. Or I'll pop out and just be like, yo, man, me and my community, we got this, nigga. Y'all niggas don't even comment, nigga. We got that topic, nigga. Because y'all know I'm going to do my part. Can't none of them niggas talk better than me. And can't none of them niggas outrun us. And so once we start doing our part as people involved with the community, because this is a long part. Look, today we just did 3 hours. Now we should have someone, a part of our community, that's time stamping that. That's breaking it down, posting clips, sending clips to the community. You know what I'm saying? We got to get a little more uniform with that. That's the only way we compete with the Aiden Rosses and the Joe Buttons and the Theo Vaughns and the Joe Rogans. And so that is our phase. That's what we're doing. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Biggest ever. And when I say ever, that don't exclude nobody. On God and gang. Stay in your lane. Yes, Lord.